Tiger Store studio vibes, the game day boutique and spirit of Stark. Now with tonight's Stark Media pregame show, here's College Football Hall of Famer Jim Ballard, Mark Milano on the sidelines, and former Ohio State All-American TJ Downing.
Welcome into the Stark Media Game of the Week, live on Canton's new country and Stark Media's new home, 99.7 FM, and streaming live all over the world on the free iHeart Radio app. I'm TJ Downing, and we are live here in Plain Law as the Golden Eagles 1-0 on the season after a 51-14 victory over Shaker Heights last week get set to host the 0-1 Massillon Tigers, falling to Cincinnati Moeller. Big Mo, 49-31 last week, as I bring in the College Football Hall of Famer, the Mount Union National Champ, Jim Ballard. Jim, when you look at this game and how it breaks down, obviously there's been a whole lot of theater around this over years past. This was a highly competitive game about 10 years ago. They were playing this thing on Thursday night. Now, I think as Scott Garcia has taken back the reins of the program here at GlenOak, I think we were set for a heck of a ball game. You got Massillon coming in, reeling after an 0-1 loss to maybe one of the best teams, not only in the state, but the country. And GlenOak Golden Eagles, who were able to put up big points against Shaker Heights, albeit they are down. It's good to see the productivity. How do you see things shaking out here as we are just about 15 minutes away from game time?
Well, I'll tell you what, EJ, to think that GlenOak was going to go up to Shaker last Friday night and throw a 50-burger up, I did not see that coming. One of the biggest surprises to me last weekend was GlenOak going up there just handling business. Not just handling the business, dealing with the long bus ride. And let's talk about this, Teach. They're only starting, I believe, 5 kids that that are upperclassmen. We're talking about a lot of sophomores. We're talking about a lot of different pieces. We're talking about Scotty Garcia coming to the program to try and get it back to where it once was. As you said, they used to play this game on Thursday night. We watched Gary and Conley and Kyle Kemp and Briante Dunn, Reed Worstel, a lot of guys.
Players, man.
Players, man. Big-time players. I'm excited about tonight. Massillon is reeling a little bit. But let's be honest, they graduated quite a few guys from last year, too. They are now in the hands of a 15-year-old sophomore quarterback who is really taking strides, has struggled a little bit last week, but he's starting to get his footing. He's starting to realize and understanding that he doesn't have to look over his shoulder. There's not going to be rotating series anymore. This is his team. He's still got Hartson coming back to hand the ball to. And let's talk about Arvell Banks on the edge. Ooh. Toledo commit, 6'3.5", mad speed, ability to finish the catch, but it's going to come down to the line of scrimmage. GlenOak ran for 463 yards last week each. 3 guys ran for 100. We know Massillon is going to look to pound the ball with that big offensive line. They have Hartson back, and they have Slaughter, who has the ability to run as well. He picked up 40 to go along with Hartson over 100. It's going to come down to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a great game. Penalties will be an issue. Got to be able to keep your composure. Massillon's going to go on the road, which they don't do very often. It's going to be a great ball game.
One of 2 times, I believe.
One of 2 times. There we have it.
All right, let's hear from Coach Nate Moore on our pregame show here. The Stark Media pregame show. Coach Nate Moore of the Massillon Tigers up first. TJ Downing here for Stark Media with head coach of the Massillon Tigers, Nate Moore. Coach, you come off of a loss in the first week against one of the best teams in the state of Ohio. What did you guys learn after watching the videotape? When you guys went down with each position group, were there certain things you said, listen, we want to get better, here's where we got to do it?
We hate to lose, but we love the effort our kids put 48 minutes, and we fought our way back into it. And we had the ball in the plus 45 with about 7 minutes to go, kind of 11. So, we feel good about that. It sucks to lose. We don't like losing, but it was a great effort.
The effort this week in practice, did you feel like they kind of responded to some of those messages? Ray always talks about that progression from week 1 to 2 is where you get that big learning curve. Do you feel like you had a great week of practice?
Yeah, we had a really good week of practice. Wednesday and Thursday especially.
When you come into a season knowing that you've got some new guys that are going to be playing, when you looked at some of those guys, what was the group that really kind of stuck out to you with that effort last week that you said, you know what, I think these guys are getting it, even though they may be getting their first varsity action? I like where they're at week 1 early in the season.
We played like 7 or 8 sophomores, and we played a ton of juniors, so we're still fairly young, even though we brought back some decent experience from last year. And I'm happy with all those guys. Everybody's got to get better. we have to improve everywhere. If we're going to leave this field with a win, we got to do our best.
I'm sure it's probably always the same in big games, almost every game. You know, you say you win the turnover margin, who can establish the line of scrimmage in that run? Who can establish that run game and continue it throughout the game? When we talked a couple weeks back about your offensive line, you bumped Sam out to tackle. How do you feel those guys have gelled being that large position group?
I thought our offensive line played well. We're not as big as we've been in years past, but our kids got off the ball, played with great effort, and we ran football pretty effectively at times. So, and we protected well against two really good ends. Happy with it.
Coach, best of luck to you tonight, man. Stay healthy, get after it. All right, Nate. All right, Coach Nate Moore catching up here on the Stark Media pregame show. Up next, my guy, played for him, coached with him, got a chance to do a lot of golf with him this offseason. Scott Garcia here. Let's hear what Scott Garcia had to say on the Stark Media pregame show. Getting ready to take on the Massillon Tigers. Golden Eagles come in here 1-0 on the season. I'm here with head coach Scott Garcia. You guys had a 51-14 win over Shaker Heights last week. What's the carryover been like this week in practice from that win?
Yeah, it just gave our guys a lot of confidence. We haven't had a game like that around here in a long time, and obviously we know what we're up against this week, and it's going to be completely different. So kids feel good about themselves, and we had a great week. So it definitely helped to get that.
Your offensive line up front, I know we've talked a lot in the offseason about Al Henning coming over and working with those guys and build a lot of strength up there, some more explosiveness. You just got stronger overall dudes in trenches. When you come out first play from scrimmage, I think you took it 56 yards to the house at run play. What kind of confidence is your offensive line seeing to be able to do those things? And as you joked about during the East-West broadcast, say, hey, we haven't been here before, Coach, but now you're here in the first week and you're having big some plays like that. How's the O-line responding?
Yeah, that's what it's all about. We've kind of put this team on their backs because they're the most experienced group. We still playing a lot of young guys in these positions. And, those guys all started last year. They had a great offseason in the weight room, and they have a lot of confidence right now.
I told Bobby, I joked, he's coming back to coach again next year because they're all juniors.
Makes it easy.
Back to school this week, and you're still handling the athletic director duties. What's been the vibe throughout the schools? We hear the band coming up, and you're just talking to the cheerleading coach. It seems to be the hustle and bustle. Just yesterday over here, every sports crew was out here, soccer, cross country, you guys finishing up your prep work. It's a good vibe throughout this facility right now, right?
Yeah, it's coming off COVID a couple of years ago, things never seemed right even last year, and everything seems back to normal. That's been a cool thing. Everybody's out, our numbers are up across the board, and it's been exciting. We're excited. Everybody's jacked up. We haven't been like this around here in a long time.
Right. News outlet America coming in here to cover you guys. For me though, when I look at some of the same old things we've always talked about back when I played for you, back when I coached with you, is it still the same? Win the turnover margin, win the line of scrimmage, whoever can establish the run earliest, or is it, hey, we know that potentially Adrian might have to do some things to win this game for us?
Yeah, it's the old cliche, big time players play big in big games, right? And that has to happen. The guys in the trenches, it's always about the guys up front. I don't care what level you're at. People can say what they want. If you don't get it done up front, establish some type of run game, you're going to play.
Coach, best of luck to you, man. Stay healthy and get after it.
All right, thanks.
All right, Scott Garcia joining us on the Stark Media pregame show. Some good stuff coming from him. Jim, I know the old saying, when in doubt, air it out. That comes from the Ballard Quarterback Academy. But to me it feels like through these games in the past, through what this game will show to us from what we know from last week. You mentioned it, 300-yard rushers for the GlenOak Golden Eagles. Nate Moore always pounds it into you. Got to win the line of scrimmage. Have to establish the run first. We have to be able to continue it all throughout this game. When you think about that, who do you lend your hand towards? Who do you feel in this game will be able to establish that run quickest?
That's a good question. Both teams are running the ball pretty well. Obviously, the advantage after game one would be GlenOak, but as Coach Garcia said, they're still starting a lot of young guys, as is Massillon. Massillon has some key guys that have a lot of experience. Hartson has a ton of experience. Freddie Lennox has a bunch of experience in the running back position. Jalen Slaughter starting to come into his own. I don't think you're going to see Massillon come out tonight, TJ, and throw 34 times like they did last week against Moeller. I think that was one of those games where it was done by necessity because they were behind the 8 ball so much. They're going to want to come out and pound the rock. Tonight's philosophy is going to be, when in doubt, pound it out. And that's going to be in between the tackles, arching to the outside. You're going to see Burt run a little bit of option tonight, TJ. He has the ability to get on the edge, and he can throw it and run it. Had a chance to work with him some at Ballard Quarterback Academy over there in the spring. Real twitchy is the best way to describe it. Twitchy.
Yeah.
You know, he's real quick, backing out. He's got the ability to extend plays. He's fast from A to B. He's a guy that you got to have a linebacker on and spy him if he goes to take off, because he can't extend plays and he will hurt you.
I wish people could see you up here right now doing the twitch movement, showing me how that quarterback twitch works. I'm going to give you one correction here. I still loved it. You dropped a Burt Reynolds. I know that you were talking about
Burt Reynolds. Is he in the Trans Am like Smokey and the Bandit? Taking off out of here? Avante Burt.
Oh, Adrian Burt, Avante Burt. Those two are going to be coming out of the backfield. Also,
Goodness.
keep your eye out on Dakotas. Dakotas really had another game, and he would come in there and spell those guys. You saw Dakotas Davis. He was able to get into the end zone. Big chunk of yardage there. You talked about those 3 guys going over 100 yards. A lot of fanfare out here tonight. We know that Furman Oliveira and the crew are out there running that tailgate section in the back corner as we are just about 9 minutes away from kickoff. As we have the GlenOak alma mater going on. We will keep it here as we get ready for our national anthem, the playing of it down on the field. I want to make mention, a little Stark Media housekeeping. Got our Tony Eastwood down there on the field today, as he's going to be bringing us those special highlights. If you've seen him before, the man knows how to work the drone, gets the back. Nobody does as well as our guy over at Eastwood Films. Remember also, Stark Media team out there in Louisville tonight. Louisville hosting Poland. You can catch Jeff Tyler and Drew Sarakman on our YouTube channel. They'll be out in Louisville going right now. And also our boy Tammy B and Jeff Shreve rocking on 106.9, the free iHeartRadio app. And they will have Lake hosting Maple Heights. All right, as we get ready for the marching band, the GlenOak Golden Eagles out there on the field. Jim mentioned, we know that the All Black for the GlenOak Golden Eagles, Tigers, rocking the orange tonight with the white jerseys. Before we step aside here and take a break, Jim, you know, really, as into week 2, we know that that's where you really find out what kind of team you have. It's easy to place judgment on certain things. Coaches do, kids do in week 1. You're coming off of the back of training camp, but now you're back in school. You're firmly settled in. This is where I think you see the true growth, right?
They say that the biggest growth and biggest impact you see during the course of the season is from week 1 to week 2. You know, one thing you see early, TJ, in the first part of the season is, especially when you have young guys starting on the offensive line, you know, you're getting some bad holding penalties. You're getting illegal procedure. You know, you got a new center with a new quarterback. The timing of the cadence and the rhythm might be a little bit off. So you got to have some of those things corrected. Pretty good job last week of cutting their penalties down. Didn't give up too many sacks when it mattered either. But yeah, it's one of those things where they're going to have to grow as a team from week 1 to week 2. I think you'll see both teams take strides tonight. They're both young, as we talked about, but it's going to be one heck of a ball game. Starting to cool down a little bit. Got a nice breeze on the field, as always here in GlenOak Stadium. Used to run Ballard Quarterback Academy out here once upon a time ago, and always windy, man. I loved it because my guys always had to learn how to keep the nose of the ball down.
Got to deliver the mail, right?
That's right, baby. Rain, sleet, snow, or shine.
All right, we're going to step aside and take a break here on the Stark Media pregame show. When we come back, GlenOak Golden Eagles hosting the Massillon Tigers. Tigers 0-1, Golden Eagles 1-0. We're set to do battle here in just under 6 minutes. You're listening to the Media Game Week on 99.7 and the free iHeartRadio app.
At C.H. Vallis & Associates, we've been proudly serving the greater Stark County community for over 78 years. Locally owned, we cover your home, auto, business, and life insurance along with your group benefits. Our partnership with auto owners has allowed us to span not only Ohio, but throughout the entire country. Did you know that Auto Owners, an A++ rated company by AM Best and a Fortune 500 company, has ranked C.H. Vallis & Associates a top 10 insurance agency in the state of Ohio? From your basic home and auto needs to insuring some of the largest companies in America, there's a reason people choose C.H. Vallis & Associates and Auto Owners. Our dedication and passion for our clients and their coverage is part of our commitment to excellence. For all your insurance coverage needs, there's only one call to make, and that's C.H. Vallis & Associates, located at 1302 South Main Street in North Canton. Contact us at 330-494-2776 today and see the difference in customer satisfaction.
McNeil & Sons Tree Service serves the greater Northeast Ohio area by keeping your property clear all year round. Do you have trees that have stretched too close to your home? A rotted tree that has to go? Or perhaps even storm damage? No job is too big or small for McNeil & Sons. We specialize in large tree removal, storm damage, stump grinding, land clearing, and more. McNeil & Sons Tree Service is fully licensed and insured, so contact us today at 330-606-1126 for all your tree care needs, or visit us online at mcneiltree.com to schedule your free quote. The professionals at McNeil & Sons can inform you of your tree health and give you a risk assessment to keep your family protected. So call today, 330-606-1126. McNeil & Sons Tree Service, a company you can depend on with family you can trust.
This is WHOF FM HD2 North Canton and W259BW Canton. From the Flynn's Tire and Auto Service Studio. Right tire, right price, right now. Flynn's Tire.
This is the Stark Media High School Football Game of the Week. Tonight's game is brought to you by C.H. Vallis & Associates, Kishman's Fresh Market, and Simon Sets Promotions, featuring the Tiger Store Studio Vibes, the Game Day Boutique, and Spirit of Stark. Here's College Football Hall of Famer Jim Ballard, Mark Milano on the sidelines, and former Ohio State All-American T.J. Downing.
Back here and playing local, T.J. Downing, Jim Ballard, Mark Milano, as the Tigers have taken the field. Orange pants, white jerseys, black numbers with the orange shadow box, white helmets. A leading Tiger. No leap Tiger this week, my friend. The OB is back. Statue is down there on the corner of Lincoln Way, right outside of Hender's Tavern. But they have gone back. And the all-black unis, as Jim mentioned, in warm-ups, green, dark green on those black uniforms for the Golden Eagles, as we are set for a premier high school football matchup. Right here on 99.7 FM, streaming live all over the world on the free iHeartRadio app. As promised, we get down now on the field for the playing of our national anthem. All right, good job by the GlenOak Golden Eagle Marching Band. And as the intro mentioned, Jim Ballard, I am an alumnus of Ohio State. I am a former All-American down there, but before any of that happened, I spent my time right here at the Oaks. Pretty cool to be able to come back here. This is only the second time in my 9-year broadcasting career that I've had a chance to come back and call a game at my alma mater. First one was by myself. They were playing Buchtel, and I believe that was some 5-6 years ago. To come back here, and Jim, this is why we spent all those years trying to push Levy through to get our own stadium. We used to rent Fawcett Stadium. You do it for atmospheres like this. You want the attraction to be there. You want the eyes to be on your stadium game week. Early, week 2, Massillon, GlenOak. It's about to go down. Brand both set. We're about 20 seconds away. Give me something to bring the heat in.
You got to be nostalgic, man. I was a little bit myself last Friday night at the old Mountain, Larry Kerr Stadium. Yeah, this is a great atmosphere. As I said, I did work for a while with the help of Scottish. We got a great crowd on hand, digging hard. GlenOak all uniforms trimmed in green. The only thing I don't like, and I apologize right now, our listeners out there, if we struggle with numbers, it's really see. But you know we're going to give great show. We're going to give great telepass to be proud of this outstanding GlenOak size. Fill up, got in both ends. Got to love the blackout by the GlenOak student section, jumping up and down. GlenOak did win the toss.
This is a really good
deferred.
officiating crew that we have here tonight. Vince Guardado is down here on this crew's.
And with Mark Milano here at this kickoff. As we get ready for the GlenOak Golden Eagles to let this thing rip. Get your McNeil & Sons Tree Service starting lineups after this boot. Hit it off the foot, and we are underway, ready to rock. Fielded at the 8-yard line, out across the 10, 15, 20 to the 25. There goes the sideline. The 4 across the 50 before pushed out of bounds at the Golden Eagle 48-yard line. So good starting position for Jalen Slaughter, just a young sophomore, 5'11", 60-pounder. He'll have the offensive line in front of him of left tackle Marcus Moore, left guard Looney Tunes, Mike Loon, Seth Vogel at center. Mike Mercurio is at right guard, and right is Sam Snodgrass. Your tight end is Christian King, fullback Nolan Davenport, and come to the backfield be Wiltrell Hartson. You'll see a combination of him, Freddie Lennox. Wiltrell will get a start, committed to Boston College. Banks, Wiggins, and Zach Liebler are your first handoff over left guard. Hartson, there goes 35, 30. Oh, baby, inside. All the 24-yard line. Simple handoff, Jim. Big play, explosive on one of the for the Massillon Tigers.
Massillon decided to line up and just pound the ball right down their throat. DJ's going to pick tempo up a little bit here.
Get back, Rob Hartson. There he goes. Runs over a defender at the 15-yard line. Falls inside to the 13 for another first down pickup. So 2 carries, 2 first down pickups for number 4.
It's good to have Hartson back in the lineup. Got about 10 D1 offers right now, not committed. Top returning running back in Stark County. Season was cut a little short last year, TJ, with that high ankle sprain.
Motion for Davenport. He'll go from right to left. Wiltrell gets the carry again, follows a big block of Mike Mercurio, and Mercurio still pushing him inside the 5-yard line, all the way down to the 3. Big push by that Tiger offensive line, and Sam Snodgrass over there at right tackle. He's telling him, feed us, coach, feed us. We don't need to pass it. Keep running that ball. They line back up right away, as they'll make a substitution there at left tackle. We'll talk about that here in a second. 17, Lennox. He's going to fall forward to the 1-yard line. So now you bring in the 2-headed monster. As we look at that depth chart there, looks like Evan Sergo will get the start at left tackle over Marcus Moore. So a correction there. I know one thing that Coach Nate Moore, and also talking to one of our partners here at Stark Media, JP Simon, last week said we want to make sure that we're keeping Marcus Moore fresh on that side of the ball. Wiltrell Hartson gets the carry, plunges forward behind a big offensive line, and I think they're going to say he was stopped short, much to the ire of the Massillon faithful. Jim looked like he had the extra push. Defensive line, linebackers in the trenches for the Golden Eagles. They're able to hold. That ball is going to be at the 1-inch line.
Yeah, Massillon's going to line up again. They've been running exclusively behind that left side of that offensive line. They're going to go unbalanced to the left.
They're going to do it again. They're going to hand off to Wiltrell Hartson. He plunges forward, and I don't think he got it, partner. They're going to give it to him on effort. It looked like the Golden Eagles were going to stop him, but a full head of steam for number 4, Wiltrell Hartson, going forward over that right side of that unbalanced offensive line. Draws first blood here in the Tiger-Golden Eagle matchup. It's 6-0 Matt.
Impressive drive to start the game for the Massillon Tigers, coming out exclusively with the run, 5 straight runs. Kick is up, and it's good. Collins comes in for the extra point, puts Massillon up 7-0. Impressive drive. Start this game, TJ. If you're Massillon, this is exactly the way you want to start. If you're on the road, big crowd, you want to try and take this crowd out of the game early, and they were able to do that by just simply pounding the rock.
All right, we're going to step aside and take a quick break. You're listening to the Stark Media Game of the Week right here on 99.7 and the Free High Heart Radio app. Spirit of Stark embodies the pride that each community in our county has for their local schools and teams. That's why when it's time to find the best in custom apparel, look no further than Spirit of Stark, located at 409 Erie Street North. Custom embroidery offered on almost any type of garments, from shirts and jackets to hats, pants, and shorts. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows Spirit of Stark to fulfill any order, big or small. You name it, they can do it. Want to look your best heading back to school this fall? Contact Spirit of Stark at 330-806-6745. We can't wait to hear from you.
Chris McCready's and his team at Finally Hear Hearing Aid Center in Canton offer up over 30 years of experience for their customers who are hearing impaired. Head over to their website at finallyhearohio.com and schedule your free hearing aid test and evaluation today. They're a best of the best award-winning company that prides themselves on customer service. Stop down and see them at 1201 30th Street Northwest or contact them at 492-1212 for an appointment. And thank you for sponsoring Stark Media's finallyhearohio.com Player of the Game.
Back here and playing local, Massillon Tigers set to kick off the ball, and oh my, they're going to get underneath it. D.A. Pringle going to recover it at the 30-yard line. Jim, a big turn of events, not what you want to have happen if you're Coach Scott Garcia.
No, Massillon continuing to start fast. It was basically a sand wedge about 45 yards out, TJ. It's going to land about the 35-yard line. GlenOak setting up for a deep return. Nobody there. Massillon quick to pounce on it, almost in the red zone.
Nolan Davenport checks in. He'll go over left side. And there goes Wiltrell Hartson. He gets the carry, starts right, bounces back left, picks up 5 yards down to the 21-yard line before being brought. So 5-yard up after being bottled up. Wiltrell Hartson, just the type of player he is, Jim.
Thick lower half, got in the weight room, got rid of some of that baby fat we saw him have as a sophomore. He is pure muscle right now at about 205 pounds.
Back up to the line of scrimmage. Ardell Banks will go short side right, 2 receivers wide to the left, and he's going one-on-one. Ardell Banks back of the end zone, fades it to him, incomplete. That'll bring up a 3rd and 4 from the 21-yard line. 9:33 on the clock here in the first quarter. 7-0 lead for the Tigers. They got the ball back again. We haven't seen the GlenOak offense yet on the field. Second possession here for Jalen Slaughter in the offense. And Freddie Lennox out. We'll check in. 3 receivers are going to go wide to the left. Tyler Wiggins and Tolles. Ardell Banks will be short side right to himself. Slaughter in the shotgun, fakes the handoff. He's going to roll out to the left. He's looking, feeling the pressure, fires it downfield, almost intercepted by the Golden Eagles. Incomplete pass, but a flag comes flying from the other side of the field, Jim.
It was an RPO. Sprint out to the left, and they're going to get an offensive lineman down the field. Good pressure by GlenOak coming off the edge. Slaughter rolling to his left. Well covered by GlenOak. Slaughter played before TJ had Banks 1-1 matchup. Rest man, safety deep in the middle of the field. He tried him on the fade down the right sideline. Had him wide open, just didn't get enough air under to it out of bounds.
All right, that defense, McNeil & Sons Tree Service starting lineup for the GlenOak Golden Eagles. Isaiah Shackelford, Jaden Thomas, Josh Coleman, and Ethan Lucas up front. Ethan Lucas will be a linebacker. Jamar Johnson, Gorham, and Noah Williams will be alongside him there in the middle of the defense. In the secondary, at corner, Nas Horner, Dylan Wilcox, Robert Brown, and Mo Malka finish it out in the second half of the D. We'll see what they come up with here now. Wiltraw Hartson, full head of steam over right tackle, bowls forward on 4th and 4, picks up the first down, and they're in the red zone. First down from the 12-yard line.
Tried to run on first down, passes on 2nd and 3rd, left them 4th and 4. What do? They go back doing what they do best, that offensive drive, and pound the rock. Wiltraw Hartson sets them up in the red zone.
Back up to the line of scrimmage. Slaughter in the shotgun. Wiltraw Hartson on his right hip. Lennox coming from the left side. He gets the carry, gets a block from Wiltraw Hartson, but he's going to be tracked from the backside. As number 25 in there on tackle, Jaden Gore. He's your most active guy on this defense, leading tackler. One of just 3 turning starters on this defense. So our good friend, Coach Mike Cook, had his work cut out for him. No, he likes what he saw last week. Bigger test here today. 2 receivers wide to the left, single receiver short side right is Ardell Banks. The motion Y, give it to Wiltraw Hartson. He's spinning, shaking, moving all the way down to the 11-yard line. So out of that shotgun, not able to pick up a whole lot of real, still give him a yard, and you'll have a 3rd down coming up. 8:20 on the clock.
GlenOak still has not run an offensive play, TJ. Massillon got the ball to start onside. Pop kick got him back. Defense has been out a long time to start the game.
And we got an injured Golden Eagle down there on the field. You know, one thing I joked about with Scott Garcia as we were kind of going through pregame, and you can kind of set your clock to it every year. You know, somebody start cramping up, and we had some pretty firm conditions earlier. You talked about how it's cooled down. See right now that this is probably another one of those situations where the calf, the hamstring, you talk about twitchy athletes. Those are type of things that you can hydrate as much as you can, but when you're a high-flow machine, what you put your body through, it's just a natural thing that's going to happen. You're going to cramp up.
Especially early in the season when it's really hot and humid, over 80 degrees to start today's game. Scoreboard update, DJ, in Marlington and Northwest. Northwest trying to ride high of that win last week. Chase Badger to Connor Satter for a Northwest touchdown. Has them up 7-0 over Marlington.
That score brought to you by our friends over at Leader One Financial. 8:16 on the clock, 7 lead for the Tigers. 3rd 9, single receiver short side again, Ardell Banks. He'll be one-on-one. You'll have a flag come through, and that looks like they got one of the Golden Eagle defensive linemen to up, Jim.
Slaughter using the hard count.
Getting it the hard way. 5 easy hard way yards. That's, you know, I think we kind of joked about that last week. There was a young man out there in Alliance who had come into the ball game right over top of the football. Your defensive lineman, you got to watch the football. Slaughter back up the line of scrimmage in the shotgun. Wiltraw Hartson on his left hip. Davenport gets the pulls, kick out. Wiltraw Hartson gets to the line of scrimmage to the 5-yard line, and he will be stopped.
Interesting call here for
another 4th down coming up, Jim.
Looks like they're going to send the field goal unit on to try and put some points on the board.
Nolan Hendricks, sophomore kicker. He'll check in. .22-yard attempt here for Noah from the right hash. It's up. It's good. And a 10-0 lead for the Massillon Tigers with 7:22 remaining here in the first quarter. We have a flag come out, so we'll keep it here for the time being.
Might be offsides on GlenOak, which is going to be half the distance to the goal. You see Jalen Slaughter and a lot of the offensive players grabbing those helmets, TJ. They go half the distance, going to be at the 2.5. I think Nate Moore rolls the dice here early, being up 7-0.
But at that point, you get to the 2.5.
It's going to be a first down, isn't it?
You're going to get the first down. So we'll see where these guys spot it. Now you want to start this game if you're the Golden Eagles. Beautiful crowd has filled out here. Jim talked about it. They've kind of done the blackout with the student section, all black unis for the players. Massillon always travels well, student section, traveling well. And as we mentioned, Jim mentioned, no need to gamble now. You're at the 2-yard line, and it's a fresh set of downs. Goal to go here. First down and goal to go for the Massillon Tigers. Freddie Lennox will be on right hip. Wiltraw Hartson on left hip. Wiltrelli's going to get it. Fumbles the ball. It's on the ground. And we'll see who comes up with it. the Golden Eagles could pick this thing up here, we'll see where they wave it. The anticipation, Golden Eagle football. Off the bottom of the pile at the 2-yard line, Jim. That is the change you needed if you're GlenOak. After giving up 2 fourth-down conversions there, they get one on the ground, they get one off a penalty, and they get it off of an onside poocher. Big stop here for GlenOak Golden Eagles.
Sure is. The thing that concerns me, TJ, is GlenOak only had 4 penalties the whole game last week against Shaker. They've already had 2 big-time penalties that have cost them earlier in this ball game, but give credit to the defense. We're coming up with the turnover inside the red zone.
McNeil and Sons Tree Service starting lineup. Coming down the line here for you now. We know starting quarterback. It'll be the sophomore Adrian Burt. We'll get the rest for you after this play. He's in the shotgun. And I believe he just got 5 of them the hard way. We'll see where it goes here. They're going to stay false start on the Golden Eagles. So they try to work the hard count against the Massillon Tigers. Defensive line coach J.P. Simon, he'll like that partner. His guys didn't jump. The Golden Eagles weren't able to hold their water, and now they are going backwards, and they don't have a whole lot of room to work with here, partner.
No, the thing is, when you're backed up as an offense, you really want to try and work the hard count to try and get the defense to jump off sides, not vice versa. But the risk reward is good for GlenOak, but they just got to stay on side. Again, the 3rd penalty so far in this ball game.
Makes it 1st and 13 from their own 2-yard line. Burt, he's going to hand off. Running back gets across the line of scrimmage. They'll give him a yard. Check that 2. And we'll have a 2nd and 11 coming up. That was the young man, Avante Burt, getting the carry. Your offensive line looks like this. At tackle, Tony French. The other tackle is Romeo Magiel. Your center is Roman Begg. Your guards, Ashton Rulewitz and Tommy Dick. Your fullback will be Josh Coleman, tight end Austin Morris, and your receivers will be Xavier Harris, Hunter Curlow, and Carter Ashcraft. Burt in the shotgun, in the back of the end zone. He's looking, he's rolling, he's eluding pressure. Now he's reversing field. He's going to try and get out. He does. He beats Marcus Moore. He's at 5-10, out across the 15. Big play by Adrian Burt, showing his elusiveness, the dual threat capability, and Marcus Moore, the big offensive tackle, not playing there now. He's strictly starting on that defensive line, committed to the Akron Zips, not able to hawk down Burt, and that's a big 1st down pickup, Jim. You talk about needing some breathing room, you get it there.
The athletic ability and ability of Adrian to keep plays extended, beat him. We talked about the fact you got to have a spy on him early. Linebacker got caught inside and was not able to contain.
Shotgun for Burt. He sits, hands off to Avante Burt. He gets around across the 20, out to the 24-yard line. As we set this Massillon Tiger defense for you, brought to our friend McNeil and Sons Tree Service. All right, across defensive line, Marcus Moore, who we just talked about. Mike Wright Jr., the 265-pounder, blew up on the scene last year as a freshman. Your OB linebacker will Brandon Carmen. Your Mike will be Dorian Pringle. Cody Fair and Everett Clark are your other linebackers. In the secondary, son of Dan Hackenbrack, Tyler Hackenbrack, Pringle, Stan Lieber, a captain, and also Jaden Welch. So the Massillon Tigers call timeout, and we will take time here to check in with our partner, Mark Milano, down on the sidelines. What do you got, partner? We'll check back in with Mark here shortly. Jim, I think for the GlenOak Golden Eagles to be able to get that breathing room, also very dangerous. You know, the speed of this Massillon Tiger defense is going to be a little bit something more than what GlenOak has seen. I mean, you don't want to go reversing field back around there, running carelessly, especially if you're inside of the end zone, risking a safety. Adrian Burt, I think, knew his capabilities, his wheels. He knew he was able to save it, but that's not always how you want to coach it up.
No, that's like sitting at the front of the craps table. You hit big early, you walk away. You don't go back to that. You got to be careful when you're backed up, especially when you're trying to pass the ball in the end zone, extend plays, run around, because the safety is inevitable with the speed of Massillon's defense.
Burt's in motion. He'll hand off. Tape up in the back, makes a move, gets it across the 25. out to the 27-yard line, enough to pick up a first down and move the sticks for the Golden Eagles. Jaden Welch, he's really become a key player on this team over the last few years. Kind of had to wait his turn behind Martavian Johnson, Andrew Wilson-Lamp. Just playmakers across the board that have come through here and allowed Nate Moore to win 5 regional titles in a row before last season when Green would snap that streak. New season, 5:53 in week 2 on the clock here in the first quarter. 7-0 lead for the Tigers. Golden Eagles, they don't like what they see from that Massillon defense, so they burn a timeout.
The Leader One scoreboard. Got some scores to update, TJ. Sandy Valley goes up 7-6 on Manchester. Green up 7-0. Louisville 7. Poland Fairless 7-0 as well. North against Coach Phil Morrow's team. Coach Morrow returning to the area after being gone for a little while. Used to be the head coach at Jackson Polar Bears. He's down 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. Interesting game so far, TJ. It looked like Massillon was going to kind of impose the will just a little bit more, getting that pooch kick onside back and setting up a penalty after a made field goal that put them up 10-0. GlenOak jumps off sides, gets new life, 1st and goal. Fumbled the ball. GlenOak has it. Trying to answer.
We'll check in with Mark Milano here after this play for Burt. He'll be in the shotgun. Avante behind him. Adrian going to fake the handoff. He rolls out to his right, feeling the pressure, chucking it downfield. It's going to be complete and then dropped as he hit the ground. And you see a lot of action going on there against Mike Wright. Late down the field, a double team block there by the Golden Eagles. And in and out of the hands as Adrian Burt was able to extend it, trying to get it into his receiver on the other side. All right, let's check in with our partner, Mark Milano, down on the sidelines. What you got, partner?
This GlenOak offense last week with 464 yards on the ground, scored 7 touchdowns. Able to run the football here this season, but I'll tell you, you really got to watch out for that quarterback. And he can beat you with his arms, and he is much stronger, both physically and mentally this year than he was last year, just a sophomore.
Talking about Adrian Burt, just a sophomore, Jim. We see him there extending that play as we get another Leader One financial scoreboard update. Boy, Jim, Fitch out 21-0 over McKinley. Did not see that coming.
No, I'm lost for words. I really thought that McKinley would bounce back a little bit this week, TJ, after a tough loss to Manor. But Manor's Manor, and we figured, they're going to be, they're going to be really good. And McKinley's a little bit down after graduating some players. But for Fitch to come back, they graduated quite a few players, including their quarterback.
All right, 5:39 on the clock, 7-0 lead for the Tigers for the GlenOak Golden Eagles, faced with a 2nd and 15 design quarterback run. There goes Mill, out across the 35, makes a spin move at the 40, still going out across the 45. The young man they call Mill couldn't hold it down when he was a baby. Looking like a grown man going up the middle of the defense there, Jim. Picks up a big first down. We talk about it the hard way. We see quarterbacks having to get in there and get gritty. The sophomore, Adrian Burt, gets it out across the 45 to the 46, and a fresh set for the Golden Eagles.
Very well-designed play. Burt dropped back like he was looking to throw down the field, sticks his foot in the ground, runs a quarterback draw, explodes through the hole into the 2nd level, and another first down for the Eagles.
5:12 on the clock, Golden Eagles. Handoff, Avante Burt goes over right tackle, finds his way through, puts his head down, picks up a strong 5 yards out to midfield at the 50. What a nice, crisp air, good feel. Kind of feel like we got gypped out on summer a little bit, partner. I think fall is kind of starting to set in here, but we love that time of year. School's back in session. Golden Eagles just got back under here this past Monday. A lot going on campus. Popped out here yesterday, partner. Cross country was going. Shout out to my girl Lexi on the cross country team. Had all the dance squads out here, the cheer squad, soccer, football, wrapping it up, getting their walkthrough as they are dialed in here now, rolling downhill, and a big stop in the backfield. Coming in there number 96, Malachi Card, the junior 225-pounder from the word jump, Jim. He sniffed that thing out.
6'2", 225, defensive end coming off. Beat the tackle, came across, met Burt at the line of scrimmage, stood him up, and then a lot of white jerseys with the orange pants coming in to clean it up. Good gang tackle, good by the Massillon defense of getting to the ball.
Big substitution coming across that D-line here for the 3rd and long. They're going to pull out Marcus Moore and Mike Wright. Pass rush specialists in here now for the Golden Eagles. Twins right, twins left. They'll motion. Burt, flag comes flying out. Screen pass, timely. We'll see if he can make a move and beat Zach Liebler. He does not. The captain, only a junior, makes the open field tackle. We'll see as they wave off here. They're going to decline that. That's going to go against the GlenOak Golden Eagles, Jim. So that's going to bring up a 4th down. And how about the legacy player? We've had a chance to call Nick Liebler's games back in the day. How about him and Will against the McKinley Bulldogs just a few years back? And Zach Liebler, only a junior, 5'8", 150 pounds. You know that this kid's a player when you get nominated captain as a junior. For your namesake, not really. It's for what you put out there on the field. This team believes in number 10. Right there, I believe, when he makes that open field tackle.
He's down the sidelines if he doesn't make that one-on-one in open space.
Now they're going to say it's 4th down. They're going to have 3rd up on the board. They get it all figured out now, and you're going to have a timeout. So you heard the Massillon faithful. They were kind of barking it out as the officials had gotten it wrong. They finally do get it right here, and it will be a 4th and 12 from the Golden Eagle 44-yard line. 3:35 on the clock here in the first quarter. Tigers leading 7-0. TJ Downing, Jim Ballard, and Mark Milano. Glad to be riding alongside you here tonight on 99.7 FM and the free iHeartRadio app, streaming live all over the world. Make sure to check us out, Stark Media Team, on social media. Again, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Check us out. Got a new website that's going to be dropping next week. We've got our guys go over there at the YouTube channel. They are over in Louisville right now. We'll continue to update you on that Leader One financial scoreboard. A lot of good things coming down the pipeline here as we look at the Green Bulldogs on that scoreboard, tied up with North Olmsted, 14-all. So Klockner, new quarterback there, able to hook up with Zach Baglia, get that ball game squared up. As we sit here, Golden Eagles are going to have to come out and punt the ball away. Your punter, Gino Kelly, will have his feet set at his 30-yard line. Back in his hands, lets it fly. You're going to see Tolles get underneath it at the 15. Liebler gets a block for him. There he goes, 20. Cuts up to the 24. I don't think they'll give him the 25, Jim. A big stick came in there by number 21 of the Golden Eagles. That was Tazon Mason.
I do like the fact, TJ, that GlenOak was able to get the ball out of their own end. Even though they didn't score or put any points on the board, they were able to put together some first downs, get some breathing room, get across the 35-yard line. So when they punted, they were able to flip the field. Great job by GlenOak's offense. You always want to put points up, but in those situations when you're backed up, partner, you don't want to give a team like Massillon up 7-0 a short field.
3:23 on the clock here in the first quarter. Massillon Tigers going left to right on your radio dial. Handoff Freddie Lennox. He'll be dropped at the line of scrimmage. Big play, and they're knifing in for the Golden Eagles. Number 50, Jaden Thomas. Big game for him last week. If you look across this defense for the Golden Eagles last week, Braylon Wilcox with an interception. Ethan Lucas had a sack. Mo Malka out of that secondary. Played a lot of basketball with his daddy back in the day. 2:50 on the clock. Slaughter, he's going to hand off to Freddie Lennox Jr. Same scenario here as he'll gain an extra 2 yards. More than he did in that last carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and 4 now. We'll be under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Tigers leading 7-0. Faced with a 3rd and 4 from their own 31-yard line. Massillon Tiger offense. That offensive line replacing Todrick Lee, Tajamir Nash. Two very good offensive tackles, maybe the best pair in the county last year. Offensive line trying to put together a drive here now as they'll hand off again to Freddie Lennox. He's not going to get to the first down marker as he stopped shy. And Jim mentioned those numbers, a nightmare to read. That, my friend, was Noah Williams, who was able to knife in there on that tackle, and that brings up a 4th and 1 for the Massillon Tigers. They'll bring in the punt crew. Punter, kicker, handle the same duties. That's Nolan Hendricks, the sophomore. Leader One Financial Scoreboard, end of 1.
Got the Mayfield Wildcats up 14-7 on J. Roar's Bears, trying to build on a win from last week against the East.
See what those guys can do. All right, punts away. And there's going to be no return here for the Golden Eagles. That ball is going to dive out of bounds at the Golden Eagle 40-yard line. Shout out to our Stark Media's own Lee Foster and family listening to the crew out here at the Oaks. Lee Foster, a proud GlenOak alum, starred on the basketball team many moons ago, rolling with the family down to Myrtle Beach, tuning in as boys. Hoping for his Golden Eagles to be able to put together a drive here. $1:25 on the clock in the first quarter, trailing 7-0 from their own 40-yard line. Adrian Burt, he'll be in the shotgun. Avante Burt on his right hip. He gets the handoff. He's going left. He's trying to find a crease. Zach Liebler pushes everything back inside to his partner, who wears a number 1 underneath him. Number 9, Maverick Clark. Up is number 10. Zach Liebler pushes it back in. 2nd and 11 coming up now for the Golden Eagles.
Maverick Clark wearing number 9. Looking like Maverick out there, TJ. Long, lengthy, 6'2", 220.
He was a guy that really kind of impressed us towards the end of last season. Him, a guy like Landon Pataros, who's not on the team right now, I don't believe. And even as we wait for Chase Bond to come back, he's kind of getting back up to full health. Under a minute to go here. Adrian Bird, he's going to keep it, goes over left side, finds a crease down to the 50. And they will get him the shoestrings, partner. A nice save there by number 30, D.R. Pringle. He was able to field that onside kick earlier, that onside pooch. He's able to get the shoestrings of Adrian Burt, or he was loose and he was gone. Nobody was going to catch him. Under 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Going to be a 1st and 10 out for the Golden Eagle in Tiger territory at their 49-yard line. QB in the shotgun, single receiver wide to the right, single receiver short side left. They bunch him in there, and Avante Burt, he's going to go right side looking for the hold. Maverick, and there they go. They throw it. Looked like the fullback Josh Coleman had let him go, and you hear the Massillon Tiger fans almost kind of coerced the referees into that one. They're going to say hold,
I don't
and
know
that's going to
about
push
coerced.
them back.
I'm laughing because we got a great vantage point up here. We're on the far side, on the away side, and you could see the fullback just reach out and literally grab number 9, Clark, by the back of the jersey and pulled back. The Massillon crowd went crazy. I started giggling because it was just that obvious of a call. No coercing there. Good call by the officials. 5th penalty, TJ, in the first quarter for the GlenOak Eagles. Only had 4 all of last game. They got to clean this up.
Check in with Mark Milano here after this play. 7 seconds remain as that clock starts rolling. Adrian Burt, he gets it. He's going to keep it. He's going to be stuffed in the backfield by number 33 on the defense. Cody Fair, man in that middle linebacker spot. And that's how the quarter is going to end. 7-0 lead for the Massillon Tigers as they have just snuffed out this GlenOak offense on that drive. We'll step aside here from our sponsors and bring it back for more Massillon and GlenOak football as you're listening to the Stark Media Game of the Week on 99.7 and the free iHeartRadio app. The entrepreneurial spirit runs strong at Simon Says Promotions. That's why if you've seen us everywhere in downtown Massillon, it's because we're growing. Stop in and see our guys at Spirit of Stark on 409 Erie Street North. If you're in the spirit for that new look, head over to Studio Vibes and tell Allie the Stark Media Team sent you. We've rebranded the old checkered flag building at 256 Erie Street South as Simon Says HQ, featuring Copeland Paints, Brooklyn Rio Boudoir, Cherry on Top Logistics, Studio Vibes, and we are adding new tenants monthly. Speaking of new, have you seen what's coming out of the vault at the new Tiger store at 59 Lincoln Way East? New game day prints dropping weekly with new store hours. Trust me, they can't wait to see you. Check us out on social media and find out what's new, or for occupancy and employment inquiries, email simonsayspromotions@gmail.com today.
Nobody wants to imagine the heartbreak of losing a pet, but when the time inevitably comes, Eternal Paws will be there for you. We're here for you in your time of loss. We work directly for you and provide private cremation services. However you choose to remember your loving pet, we have many memorial options: custom urns and jewelry, clay and ink paw prints, engravings, and more. Eternal Paws Pet Cremation Service. We're here for you when you need to be there for them.
At C.H. Vallis & Associates, we've been proudly serving the greater Stark County community for over 78 years. Locally owned, we cover your home, auto, business, and life insurance along with your group benefits. Our partnership with auto owners has allowed us to span not only Ohio, but throughout the entire country. Did you know that Auto Owners, an A++ rated company by AM Best and a Fortune 500 company, has ranked C.H. Vallis & Associates a top 10 insurance agency in the state of Ohio? From your basic home and auto needs to insuring some of the largest companies in America, there's a reason people choose C.H. Vallis & Associates and Auto Owners. Our dedication and passion for our clients and their coverage is part of our commitment to excellence. For all your insurance coverage needs, there's only one call to make, and that's C.H. Vallis & Associates, located at 1302 South Main Street in North Canton. Contact us at 330-494-2776 today and see the difference in customer satisfaction.
Back here and playing local TA Downing, Milano, Jim Ballard, game of the week here on Stark Media 99.7 FM. Coming back in out of the second quarter, Adrian Burke going to roll out to the left on second and 24. Fires it across the middle, down to the 50, inside the 45, down at the 44-yard line. That's going to set up a 3rd and 5. They're right back up to the line of scrimmage, and they're going to chuck it downfield. Avante Burt looking for the receiver, and we're going to have interference. Jaden Welch, he's going to bump into the receiver down at the 20-yard line. As we get the official down there, as we look to dial in with our partner Mark Milano down on the sidelines. What do you got, partner?
Tell you, TJ, this drive is so important to GlenOak right now. They need to try to get some points on the board. I've been impressed with what they've been doing defensively. They're trying to take that run away, and they've done so pretty well here this evening. And, you know, they generated a turnover just like they did against Shaker Heights. This is exactly what Scott Garcia wanted. I mean, if you go back to last season, you got to remember the game. It was a one-score game going into the third quarter. This is a much improved GlenOak team this year.
Mark Milano down on the sidelines bringing it to us as he's done for so many years. We'll be checking in with your partner here throughout the evening as the GlenOak Golden Eagles now have a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 in Tiger territory. Ball spotted at the 29-yard line. 11-12 on the clock. Fresh into the second quarter. Trailing 7-0. Avante Bird, he's going to get a carry over left side. Snuffed by Mike Wright and the big fella. They get him some forward progress, but Mike Wright, he's going to be backpedaling. He's doing a little show pony dance over there. Mark Milano be proud. He's doing a little back step, 2-step. He dropped him all the way back at the 45-yard line. They'll give him the forward progress. Avante Burt at the 34. So he's going to lose 4 yards. 10:43 on the clock. It starts rolling. 2nd and 15 coming up here now. Check that, 2nd and 14 coming up now. For the GlenOak Golden Eagles, they break the huddle. Those white helmets, Ernie the Eagle on the side, black unis, green numbers, difficult to see with the rolling downfield. So we'll see what they can bring out here now as Xavier Harris had gone in motion and they blow that dead, Jim. I believe they're going to get Golden Eagles illegal motion.
Delay a game penalty. The sophomore quarterback not seeing the play clock in the corner, TJ. After a loss of 4, you really got to be careful getting your offense to the line of scrimmage, not taking a penalty and playing behind the chains, not where you want to be. 2nd and 19 for GlenOak.
Leader One Financial Scoreboard update. Did not see this coming. It is now 28-0 Fitch over McKinley at the end of the first quarter. 7-0 here. Tigers up. GlenOak Golden Eagles trying to do something about it. 3rd. Check that, 2nd and 20 coming up. Adrian Burt rolls out, pivots, makes a move. He's at the 40, climbs 35, and you're going to have penalty come flying in. I believe Dan Hackenbrack, the DC over there, he got a little bit excited because I think you're going to get the Golden Eagles on that's going to be an illegal block against Maverick Clark. I'm going to guess your partner, and it is, and you're going to have that go back even further, Jim. So what you just had at 2nd and 20 now is going to be 3rd and a mile. They're just going to wave it off.
They're going to go ahead and decline it because they only gained a couple yards. By taking a penalty, you're giving GlenOak another down. They're just going to go ahead and
they're going to make it 3rd and 13.
That's still way behind the chains.
Ball's going to be spotted at the Tiger 33-yard line. Marcus Moore has checked in along that defensive line, one of your captains on this Tiger team. 3 receivers wide to the left. Single receiver Harris, short side right. Avante Burt into the pattern. Adrian Burt snuffed out in the backfield.
Massillon dialing up an all-out blitz, playing cover 0, man across the board, bringing those linebackers through the gaps. GlenOak not able to hold them out. Burt is kind of swallowed up by the Massillon Tiger defense, and Massillon's going to come away with another stop. Massillon's defense playing outstanding today.
Dorian Pringle and Malachi Card in there on the joint sack effort. 9:33, clock rolling here in the second quarter. 7-0 lead for the Tigers. They have snuffed out that drive for the Golden Eagles as Gino Kelly will come out onto the field. Ball spotted at the Tiger 38-yard line. Ball will be kicked and doesn't look like it's going to be fielded by Liebler, and you're going to get another flag that comes in. That's going to be between number 12 on GlenOak. We've got Cole Anderson, and I believe that was number 16. They're going at it, man.
Giving them each other the business.
Well, we do know last night some shenanigans. Game got out of control. 38-0 in the second quarter. Tigers up over GlenOak. Had to call the game. Coaches in the middle of it. Shirts getting ripped. Players getting after it. You know, we talked about it a lot on social media here over the last 24 hours that, you know, it's an embarrassing situation. It's something that needs to be brought to light because both sides can do better in that type of situation. And me as a player, I would have felt gypped because I showed up to play 4 quarters, not 2.
Even if it would have been a running clock, you still give me the rest of that time.
Those reps, partner, when you're losing 38-0, you need those reps. So that'll go against Massillon. They're going to put that on Page, as Jim mentioned. Ryan Page, junior defensive back, out there on the special teams. That ball is going to be set now at the 11-yard line of the Tigers. 1st and 10 coming up for them. 9-10 on the clock here in the second quarter. 7-0 lead for the Tigers. TJ Downing, Jim Ballard, Mark Milano, appreciate you being a part of our Friday evening here on Stark Media's new home, 99.7 FM and the free iHeart Radio app. Streaming live all over the world. Check us out. First down carry. You're going to get a 4-yard pickup from Wiltrell Hartson. You know, Wiltrell's an interesting case, Jim. We've had a chance to exclusively see him when he set the single-game record, when he broke his running back coach Travis McGuire's single-game rushing record. Just kind of blew up for them throughout the playoffs when he was just a young sophomore. Now we're looking at a guy who's going to be playing Division I college football. We'll check in with you on more with him after this play. He's going to be on the right hip of Jalen Slaughter. They're going to have 2nd and 5 from their own 16, 8:30 on the clock, up 7-0. Liebler and another receiver will be wide right. Short side left will be Ardell Banks. Slaughter, he's looking to the right. He's chucking it deep. He's going for his receiver, and it's going to be hauled in. Tolles with a big catch, and he changes field all the way down to the GlenOak Golden Eagle 46-yard line. Enough talk about Wiltrell Hartson, partner. I know you like that ball off the arm of Jalen Slaughter.
I really do. It was man across the board, cover 1 high free safety, press man across the board. I was going to say, I love the matchup with Arvell Banks into the boundary, decides to go to the field. Love the steps that he's taken, TJ. Last year, he would have held that ball a little longer before making his decision. He stuck his foot in the ground, took 1 hitch, ball out.
Slaughter fires it out to his receiver, 19. He slips before making a move, so he's going to lose a yard. Got it into the hands of Kyler Wiggins.
If GlenOak wants to try and walk the strong safety down in the box to create 8 guys and having a guy unblocked, Massillon's going to continue to try and exploit their matchups with one-on-one outside of these wide receivers.
Twins right, twins left to the short side. Hartson, he's going to be outlet to the left. Slaughter, he's going to take off running. He's being tracked now. He's going to keep it. He's going to get to the 45. Cuts it up to the 40. Makes a move all the way to the 35-yard line.
Going to get a hold on number 19, Kyler Wiggins, on the outside. Slaughter to get down GlenOak's sideline for a first down. It's going to come back. Massillon's starting to hurt themselves with penalties as well.
You're going to get a holding call from the official, so they're going to walk that back. 7:20 on the clock here in the first quarter. 7-0 lead for the Tigers. Beautiful crowd here this evening in Plain Local. Beautiful campus here, situated between Easton and Schneider. We'll see what the Tigers have in store here on 2nd and 20. Slaughter in the pocket. He's looking deep. He's got his eyes open big down the field and sails it over top of Wiggins.
Had Wiggins coming across on a deep square in. Slaughter pushing and climbing in the pocket. Good pocket presence. Just kind of popped that back hip off the ground, causing that left elbow to elevate a little bit, which caused the ball to sail on him. Got to stay down and drag those toes through the throw, TJ. Drive out. You're going to see some of these throws for this young sophomore. I was talking to Coach Troxel early. Had some fundamental issues that he was trying to work out, which has caused some inconsistencies, and you're seeing it show up on that last throw.
7:15 on the clock, 3rd and 20. Slaughter sits in the pocket, climbs it now, feels the pressure, and he's looking downfield, eyes downfield. He feels the pressure, brought down. Big play by Noah Williams. And he drops him on 3rd and a mile, setting up a 4th. And we'll call it a 1.5 miles. They're going to say 4th and 29 to go from their own 35-yard line. 6:45 on the clock. The GlenOak Golden Eagle defense stepping it up.
Defensive struggle. We thought Massillon was going to come out and be able to really run the ball after the first couple drives, and GlenOak's made some adjustments.
Davenport lets it go, almost blocked, as they will get underneath it. Fair catch at their own 30-yard line. So the Golden Eagles, Jim, they're going to try and get back offensively rolling like they were. They had that series. They were able to move some yards. They had Adrian Burt kind of shifting, rolling out different directions, keeping the defense of the Massillon Tigers on their toes. They were able to advance, but right when they would get close to the red zone, they shot themselves in the foot. Too many penalties. Got to clean those up. Got to be able to run the ball more effectively if you're GlenOak.
Sure do. Got to get by. Got to stop being behind the chains on first down. Got to have some positive plays to start. I like the creativity in some of the plays that are being called for GlenOak. A lot of interesting calls. And
Adrian Burt in the shotgun. He's going to hand off to Avante Burt. He's going to start left now. He's coming back right. He's got his brother Adrian Burt with a big block at the 30, and he'll get upended as he gets outside to the 34-yard line. So, Jim, I know you love it. I don't know how much you teach it at Ballard Quarterback Academy, but I always love when we quarterback can get out there and get an open field block a la Brett Favre. You see some of those reverses. Adrian Burt throwing a blocker. Got a little bit of leverage. I saw him lift that side linebacker up off the ground. Got to love the explosiveness. Just a sophomore quarterback now.
How about the ability to wheel the hips around and log them inside? Do you like that offensive line turn there, Tease? Logged him back inside, able to get little brother outside.
I used to be a logger, man. I used to be a logger back in the day. 5:40 on the clock here. 2nd and 6 for the Golden Eagles. Ball's on the ground. Adrian Burt able to pick it up. He eludes one defender, eludes a second one, and he's not going to get away from 3, 4, 5, and 6 as they bury him back at the 24-yard line. So an errant snap. Unable to get his paws on it. Adrian Burt will be dropped for a sack to set up a 3rd and 14.
All 22 players on both sides of the ball, TJ, were when he finally went down, everybody was in about 2 yards from the ball carrier. Great team, defense, flying to the ball. GlenOak's guys trying to keep them off. Love the intensity of both these teams to start this game.
5 minutes to go here in the first half. Spirit of Stark halftime show coming up after this. 3rd and 15 from their own 25, trailing 7-0. Another snap on the ground by Adrian Burt, and I didn't hear a whistle, but he felt his knee was down, and then you finally get it from the white hat late. Boy, Jim, just talked about not doing, in football terms, stupid things to hurt you. 2 in a row right there. You go back 5 yards, back another 5 yards. All of a sudden, your drive is firmly killed. It's 4th and 20 with 4:20 remaining here in the first half. GlenOak's going to have to punt the ball away.
Not to mention they're punting into the wind, TJ. Lost about 12 yards on that. They're going to punt from inside the 20. Liebler's going to camp out at the 50-yard line. Massillon's going to get outstanding field position.
They're going to have to burn a timeout as Jaden Welch unable to get off the field in time. While we have a moment, let's recognize our sponsors from tonight's ball game. Always getting it done. Our partners at C.H. Vallis and Associates. Maybe to check them out. Remember to check them out. Home Life and Auto here at 1302 South Main Street in North Canton. Kids Fresh Market in Minerva and Malvern. Neal & Sons Tree Service, Simon Says Promotion, Spirit of Stark. Finally, HereOhio.com, Leatherneck Nation MC, Leader One Financial, Brooklyn Rio Boudoir, Copeland Paint, Studio Vibes, Game Day designed by Abby Leno, Brits Bose, and the Tiger Store. 4:15 on the clock here in Plain Local. 7-0 lead for the Tigers ahead of this Golden Eagle punt from their 20-yard line. 4:20. Check that. 4th down and 20 yards to go. Special shout out yesterday. Had my 5th wedding anniversary. Shout out to my wife Liz and Rosie who are at home listening. Appreciate my girls over there. Appreciate my wife putting up with me for 5 years. I know my guys over here. I don't know what kind of
wars there are, but man, she deserves
canonized.
Whatever it is.
We're not Catholic, but she deserves to be canonized. And as we always do, my man, as that ball kind of dives out there at the 50-yard line, good starting field position for Jalen Slaughter as there's 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. Special shout out to Gretch. Special shout out to Laura. My wife Liz always allowing us to let us do what we do on Friday evenings. As we get a chance, let's check in with Mark Milano down on the sidelines, partner. What do you got?
Hey, TJ, I can tell you right now that was not the drive that Scott Garcia wanted, and that wind in their face didn't do them any favors either. You need to make sure that they put up a good defensive stand here. They got to try to get some points in this first half. If they don't do that, going into the locker room at 7-0 is not terrible. Again, it was a one-score game last year going into the third quarter. These Golden Eagles are definitely improved over last season.
Yeah, I think that's accurately portrayed. And talking with Al Hannon, who was a superintendent there at Massillon, Coach Garcia brought him in and said, dude, I need to overhaul the weight room. Had 2 guys that were benching over 225 pounds. Had 25 guys midsummer benching over 225 pounds, partner. You know that. You've played at every level football has to offer. That alone will keep you in close ball games, knowing that you have dudes in the middle, dudes in the trenches that can hold their own.
And keep you healthy.
Yeah.
At the end of the thing. The way training has gotten anymore, TJ, and I know you've seen it. I mean, I'm 50 years old now. You're climbing into your late 30s. The way kids are training right now, it's way beyond what they do in the school weight room. You got places like NST 440 and all these other places that kids are going to in addition to what they're doing. So what I'm saying is kids are bigger and they're stronger and faster. And if you're not keeping up with that, if you're not spending time in the weight room, especially in the Federal League, and when you play teams like Massillon, you're going to get manhandled. Because one thing Massillon does do is they do pump the weight. So I think Coach Studer instilled that a long time ago, my friend, didn't they?
He sure did. The one they call Warpath. All right, coaches trying to get it squared away. Officials also trying to get it dialed in here as we have 4:07 remaining here in the first half. Tigers up 7-0. Let's check the Leader One Financial scoreboard while we have a chance. Tied up 14-all, Central and Norwayne. Jack Talkington, 2 touchdowns. Lake up 21-0 over Maple Heights.
Shocked by that one a little bit, partner.
Mansfield Senior leading Hoover. 1 minute left to go in the first half. 7-6 ball game there. So Brian Baum and your defending outright Federal League champs got their work cut out for them down there. We know, we've been told, Mansfield Senior getting better. Shout out to my old director of football operations down there at Ohio State. Was my coach in the North-South All-Star Classic. Stan Jefferson, the job he's done down there. Coached, left, went to Ohio State, came back. Now the super there, Mansfield Senior. The Twigers, Tigers with a Y, we call them, leading 7-6 right here at 7-0 Tigers. Will Hartson firmly inserts himself back into the ball game. He's going to lose his helmet. Flag's going to come out. Got physical there in that GlenOak secondary, and if you know why, it's because when your runner is able to break free into that level, there's going to be some contact, but not after an 8-yard pickup for Will Hartson. Gets the clock rolling here, gets his offense moving downhill in GlenOak Golden Eagle territory.
I love the fact that Massillon kind of backing off. You were laughing earlier about the guy back, the big defensive tackle, backpedaling like Deion Sanders. Massillon doing a good job of keeping their cool, not buying in. We've seen this team over the last 3 years, TJ, where they've really lost their cool and had a lot of bad personal foul penalties, kind of keeping that to a minimum. It's been GlenOak that has been shooting themselves in the foot this whole first half with penalties.
Here we go. Will Hartson, he gets a carry. He's at the 30, 25, inside of the 20-yard line, all the way down. 1st and 10. Pickup, moves the chains down to the 23-yard line. So Will Hartson, after we kind of saw Freddie Lennox get the bulk of the carries on the previous series, Will Trell comes in fresh. He's not going to get the first down. They'll stop him a yard short. 2nd and 1 to go from the Golden Eagle 18-yard line. 3:20 remaining here in the first half. He gets the carry, picks up the first down, fights inside the 15, all the way down to the 14-yard line. Will Hartson grinding him out the hard way here now as we're under 3 to go in the first half. Nothing lead for the Tigers. We'll catch up on all of our area scores as we get into the Spirit of Stark halftime show. Jim, we just had one come through the Leader One Financial Scoreboard. I mean, I had to look at your partner if it was true or not, and it is. It looks like the Jackson Polar Bears are trailing 40-7.
40-7 on the road at Mayfield.
Oh, my.
Not
that
good
don't
this
feel
week
good
for Coach Rohr.
1st and 10 from the 14. Jalen Slaughter looking to the end zone, firing it to the back, looking for Ardell Banks, just a little bit too far, incomplete.
Slaughter trying to go over the top, kind of had a trips formation to the field, had an air route in the flat, a wide open corner, sank underneath the corner. Would have been a perfect throw to Banks in the end zone. First down, partner, just dump the ball down in the flat, let your back do some work. Just a bad decision by Slaughter.
We see the GlenOak band getting ready for their halftime show. I want to give a quick shout out here. Got a chance to meet the GlenOak Dazzling Dancers yesterday, led by Victoria Newkirk. Doing a great job with those girls. Big show coming up here at halftime. Still a little bit more. Here's Freddie Lennox gets into the deal now, and he's going to drag defenders inside the 10-yard line all the way down to the 6. And it looks to be just a yard shy of the first down marker. So we'll have a 3rd and 1 coming up, 2:29, 28. It continues to roll.
If you're Massillon, this bodes well for them, TJ, because you
pop
know what
one
they're
in
trying
here
to
before
do.
half.
They're trying to shrink the game down a little bit, eat up some of that play clock, score with less than probably 25 seconds left in the half. GlenOak will receive the ball, start the second half.
Freddie Lennox going to go short side right. Receiver wide left will be Ardell Banks. Will Hartson. Physical run all the way down to the 3-yard line. And all the boys up front, led by Sam Snodgrass, signal forward. It is now 1st and goal. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Up 7-0. And the big boys up front got the Campbell's Chunky Soup going right now. They are saying, feed us, coach. Feed our running back. They're all looking over there. And I think you're going to get an official's timeout. So $1:44 remaining. We'll go ahead. We'll step aside and take a break. More high school football action after this. You're listening to the Stark Media Game of the Week on 99.7 and the free iHeartRadio app.
At C.H. Vallis & Associates, we've been proudly serving the greater Stark County community for over 78 years. Locally owned, we cover your home, auto, business, and life insurance along with your group benefits. Our partnership with auto owners has allowed us to span not only Ohio, but throughout the entire country. Did you know that Auto Owners, an A++ rated company by AM Best and a Fortune 500 company, has ranked C.H. Vallis & Associates a top 10 insurance agency in the state of Ohio? From your basic home and auto needs to insuring some of the largest companies in America, there's a reason people choose C.H. Vallis & Associates and Auto Owners. Our dedication and passion for our clients and their coverage is part of our commitment to excellence. For all your insurance coverage needs, there's only one call to make, and that's C.H. Vallis & Associates, located at 1302 South Main Street in North Canton. Contact us at 330-494-2776 today and see the difference in customer satisfaction.
This is WHOF FM HD2 North Canton and W259BW Canton. From the Flynn's Tire and Auto Service Studio. Right tire, right price, right now. Flynn's Tire.
Back here and playing local, TJ Downing, Jim Ballard, Mark Milano, first down carry, first goal to go. Stuffed. Will Hartson will be dropped at the 3-yard line. They'll take him back a yard. Now 2nd and 4. We're under a minute to go here in this first half. 7-0 lead for the Tigers. Looking to tack one on. Slaughter He'll be in the shotgun. He'll have Wiltrell Hartson on his right hip. He's going to send Ardell Banks wide right. Receiver, short side left. Handoff, Wiltrell Hartson finds daylight. 5, hurdling, gets to the 1-yard line. Diving for the pylon. Touchdown, Tigers. 13-0 on the extra effort from a future Division I college tailback. Wiltrell Hartson breaks it out for the Tigers. And a big touchdown for Massillon, Jim, as you mentioned, heading in here to the half. Only 42 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. That's a big one there for Massillon.
Great effort by Hartson. Got around the end, jumped, hurdled a defender, came down, decided to drop his shoulder, squirts through to the front pylon.
Ball is up, and we're going to have a flag down, so we'll see what the officials say here. With 42 seconds remaining, 13-0, still up on the scoreboard. Tiger swing band, they're making their way around the track in this sprawling, plain local campus. Got beautiful softball fields over out to the left of us. We'll call that to the south of us. Beautiful crowd still on hand. Still a tight ball game here. We know that, this thing, there's the capabilities there with what we've seen from the GlenOak offense. Just got to be able to try and finish some drives. And really, once you can get that goose egg off of the scoreboard, start feeling a little bit better about yourselves. They finally do give them the point. It is now 14-0 with 42.8 seconds remaining here in the half. Spirit of Stark halftime show coming up next. But just getting that goose egg off the board, Jim, that's the biggest thing that the Golden Eagles can do right now for themselves. Probably not going to do much here to risk anything. Both teams have one timeout remaining. But you go back in, you regroup, knowing that you're only down by 2 scores. It's not that bad if you're the GlenOak Golden Eagles. Again, got to finish the drive.
They're just killing themselves, whether it's mistakes with penalties at the wrong time. Then you factor in bad snaps that they've been going through. I think it's because of the pressure that Massillon's been putting on the center. But they've got to get it figured out. They got halftime to talk about it and make some adjustments. They do get the ball to start the second half. So GlenOak's got to start fast in the second half. If you're Massillon, you're feeling pretty good about things with the exception of that turnover on the second drive that could really have them up 21-0 right now instead of 14. GlenOak fighting hard, playing hard. Too many mistakes in the first half have cost them.
Yeah, we've had some odd scores around the area here this evening. 14-0 here. It's now 35-7. Fitch over top of McKinley. TJ Parker mentioned it on the show. High school football book this running a good program up there, so the Bulldogs got their work cut out for them. Golden Eagles, same situation. Going to be a tackle all the way back by Salvino at the 15-yard line. Fired up, coming out off of the field. His hand, Salvino, another one of those captains on this Tiger team. So you have 1st and 10 from the 16. They'll give him one extra, 35 seconds remaining here until the Spirit of Stark halftime show. Might get a chance to sit up here with one of the coaches as they're heading off the field from these Massillon Tigers. And we'll get a chance to hear from our own J.P. Simon, defensive line coach out there calling those plays, knowing that his defense is pitching a shutout here. Maybe Mark Milano will put the jinx on him. Here on Bob Cummings Field, Golden Eagles with 35 seconds remaining from their own 16-yard line. We'll see what they decide to do. Going to be a simple handoff to Avante Burt. He's going to start left. He's going to cut back right, making a couple different people miss before he's finally cleaned up by Marcus Moore. Cut left, cut right, cut back 2 more times each way. Marcus Moore in there. Also, number 14, Halix Cullens.
It's too much team speed to go side to side against Massillon, TJ. They do an outstanding job of flying. Everybody flying to the ball.
And that's going to bring an end to the first half as both teams get set to jog off the field. We'll see if our own Mark Milano able to catch up with one of those guys down there on the field. There he goes, Mark Milano. looking for him. I think he's gone. Well, as we get ready to roll the Spirit of Stark halftime show, down to our partner on the sidelines, Mark Milano.
Hard fought first half. I'll tell you what, defensively, I know that J.P. Simon had a little smile on his face coming off the field. Head up first half, but after that first drive, I thought things were going to get out of control for the game, and GlenOak really kind of settled down where he's able to move the football. It'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments both teams make at halftime. But you got to like what GlenOak's doing right now, and if you're Massillon 14-0 at the end of the first half, you got to like that as well. But how great is it, though, guys, that this game has relevancy again? I mean, this is great down here this evening. You got to sell out almost both sides of the stadium, and that brings us any athletic director's face, especially when his name is Scott Garcia.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Jim, Scott, we kind of joked, said, I think you got every media outlet in the country covering you here tonight. And that's not a familiar thing for GlenOak in week 2. I mean, what we've gone through over the past couple seasons, trying to build this program back up as the Massillon Tiger swing band ready to take the field. It's nice. It's nice to have big games. That's what it's about. And it's special for the kids, special for the community, special for the student body.
For the Federal League itself, TJ, has got to be near the top each and every year, or close to. And for the past, handful of years, they've been down. Coach Garcia had to come back and really rebuild the program after the previous coach went 1-19. Had to get more kids out. Had to, really get the weight room done, and he's been able to do that. And he started fast this year, and they're still young. They're still figuring it out, but they're playing hard. They're just making mistakes, as I keep saying, that are just killing themselves, whether it's a penalty at the wrong time. They're dumb penalties. They're correctable penalties. You just have to snap figure it out. It doesn't matter if you got the best running backs, wide receiver, best quarterback in the state of Ohio, but if you can't simply execute the snap to the quarterback with all the RPO stuff and all the zone read stuff that Burt does, it throws the timing off, and their offense isn't as good as what it should be. And we've seen that in the first half. We've seen some glimmer. We've seen some pause plays. We've seen Burt extend plays with his feet outside the pocket. He was on the run. He's had a pretty decent, solid half, but they just got to help him. They just got to get him the ball where he's able to make plays and hand it to his brother.
All right, we're going to step aside. We're now into the Spirit of Stark halftime show. You're listening to the Stark Media Game of the Week right here on 99.7 and the free iHeart Radio app.
McNeil & Sons Tree Service serves the greater Northeast Ohio area by keeping your property clear all year round. Do you have trees that have stretched too close to your home? A rotted tree that has to go? Or perhaps even storm damage? No job is too big or small for McNeil & Sons. We specialize in large tree removal, storm damage, stump grinding, land clearing, and more. McNeil & Sons Tree Service is fully licensed and insured, so contact us today at 330-606-1126 for all your tree care needs, or visit us online at mcneiltree.com to schedule your free quote. The professionals at McNeil & Sons can inform you of your tree health and give you a risk assessment to keep your family protected. So call today, 330-606-1126. McNeil & Sons Tree Service, a company you can depend on with family you can trust.
Spirit of Stark embodies the pride that each community in our county has for their local schools and teams. That's why when it's time to find the best in custom apparel, look no further than Spirit of Stark, located at 409 Erie Street North. Custom embroidery offered on almost any type of garments, from shirts and jackets to hats, pants, and shorts. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows Spirit of Stark to fulfill any order, big or small. You name it, they can do it. Want to look your best heading back to school this fall? Contact Spirit of Stark at 330-806-6745. We can't wait to hear from you.
Chris McCready's and his team at Finally Hear Hearing Aid Center in Canton offer up over 30 years of experience for their customers who are hearing impaired. Head over to their website at finallyhearohio.com and schedule your free hearing aid test and evaluation today. They're a best of the best award-winning company that prides themselves on customer service. Stop down and see them at 1201 30th Street Northwest or contact them at 492-1212 for an appointment. And thank you for sponsoring Stark Media's finallyhearohio.com Player of the Game.
This is the Spirit of Stark halftime show on the Stark Media High School Football Game of the Week.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football. Named Best Sports Program in the Country by the National Association of State Radio Networks. Tonight in High School Football is presented by Beck's Hybrids. Now here's your host, Skip Mossick.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tonight in High School Football's halftime reports here on the Ohio News Network. Weather affected many games last weekend, and a large number of Saturday games were postponed. What are the options for making those up? We'll discuss with Tim Streed of the OHSAA next on the Ohio News Network.
I'm Scott Demaro, president of the Ohio Education Association, and on behalf of the OEA's 120,000 members, we're proud to bring you tonight's game. OEA members teach in Ohio's public schools and universities. We drive your kids' buses and serve them lunch. We're school nurses, custodians, librarians, and more. And we coach your kids on the field. We believe in great public schools for every student, and we believe our team is always stronger when we stand together, just as we have for 175 years.
Every farmer has their reason for why they do what they do. For Beck's, it's faith, family, and farming. Since 1937, the Beck family and family of employees have been committed to honoring God and helping farmers succeed. Farming is full of extremes, and we face the challenges with hard work and steadfast determination, delivering quality line of products backed by legendary customer service. We look forward to standing by your side, supporting you as you live out the life you were meant to live. Beck's, when it comes to farming, we believe in something more.
The entrepreneurial spirit runs strong at Simon Says Promotions. That's why if you've seen us everywhere in downtown Massillon, it's because we're growing. Stop in and see our guys at Spirit of Stark on 409 Erie Street North. If you're in the spirit for that new look, head over to Studio Vibes and tell Allie the Stark Media Team sent you. We've rebranded the old Checkered Flag building at 256 Erie Street South as Simon Says HQ, featuring Copeland Paints, Brooklyn Rio Boudoir, Cherry on Top Logistics, Studio Vibes, and we are adding new tenants monthly. Speaking of new, have you seen what's coming out of the vault at the new Tiger Store at 59 Lincoln Way East? New game day prints dropping weekly with new store hours. Trust me, they can't wait to see you. Check us out on social media and find out what's new, or for occupancy and employment inquiries, email simonsayspromotions@gmail.com today.
Nobody wants to imagine the heartbreak of losing a pet, but when the time inevitably comes, Eternal Paws will be there for you. We're here for you in your time of loss. We work directly for you and provide private cremation services. However you choose to remember your loving pet, we have many memorial options: custom urns and jewelry, clay and ink paw prints, engravings, and more. Eternal Paws Pet Cremation Service. We're here for you when you need to be there for them.
At C.H. Vallis & Associates, we've been proudly serving the greater Stark County community for over 78 years. Locally owned, we cover your home, auto, business, and life insurance along with your group benefits. Our partnership with auto owners has allowed us to span not only Ohio, but throughout the entire country. Did you know that Auto Owners, an A++ rated company by AM Best and a Fortune 500 company, has ranked C.H. Vallis & Associates a top 10 insurance agency in the state of Ohio? From your basic home and auto needs to insuring some of the largest companies in America, there's a reason people choose C.H. Vallis & Associates and Auto Owners. Our dedication and passion for our clients and their coverage is part of our commitment to excellence. For all your insurance coverage needs, there's only one call to make, and that's C.H. Vallis & Associates, located at 1302 South Main Street in North Canton. Contact us at 330-494-2776 today and see the difference in customer satisfaction.
This is Tonight in High School Football on the Ohio News Network. Once again, here's Skip Mossick.
We are presented by Beck's Hybrids. At Beck's, they are and will remain farmers at heart. And welcome back, everyone. Halftime of your game broadcast. We're joined for a few minutes this evening by Tim Streed, Director of Media Relations for the Ohio High School Athletic Association. And Tim, week one in the books. Last week, the Thursday and Friday games went off fine, but weather came into play for many of the Saturday games around the state. I guess take people through and remind us of the weather protocols, with the obvious primary concern being for everyone's safety.
Sure, yeah. Hey, great to be with you again, Skip. Thanks for having me on. And you're right. We had a beautiful couple of days there last week, Thursday and Friday, for the opening of week one. But there's always a handful of games on Saturday. And Ohio saw that line of storms come through on Saturday. Some games got in, some games did not. Safety is always number one priority. And if you're ever at an outdoor event for OHSA sports and any sport, if you see lightning strike or you hear thunder, that's an automatic 30-minute delay where the field and bleachers need to be cleared. And then that clock just resets every time you have another lightning strike or you hear thunder. So a lot of games, that clock kept getting reset, and then they just couldn't get the game in. So that's the first priority. Now, sometimes those games are just made up the next day. That could happen. If both teams have a bye week later in the year, which is a little odd in high school sports, they could make it up later. Or they could play 2 games in a week. It doesn't happen very often, but a lot of times early in the season, if there's a weather situation that shuts down a game, a lot of times they just treat that as a bye week and no contest.
Well, Tim, as we record this midweek, we know the largest school district in the state, Columbus City Schools, was still dealing with a strike. And while it appears a resolution is promising, all extracurriculars were paused that affected games this weekend. I guess, what are the options for games that have or will be missed?
Well, you're right. That we're following that situation. That's a tough situation. And, of course, we all hope for the best and quickest resolution possible for Columbus City Schools, and obviously we want to get those kids back on the field and on the court participating. But you're right, they are not going to play during the strike. And once the strike is lifted, this Columbus City Schools can have the option of making up those games later in the season, similar to weather. But, if they have a game that they want to try to get in later in the year, I've seen it happen before where a school may play a game on a Monday or a Tuesday night and then play again on Friday. Not real common, but they could do it. And I'll tell you, they may need to do that if the strike lasts for a long time, because we do have a regulation that says that schools have to play 8 games to potentially qualify for the playoffs. And so I think some of those schools may end up doing that.
As we primarily talk football, this affects all sports.
Right, all sports, yeah. And some school districts, when there is a strike, they still have their extracurricular activities going on. But in this case, Columbus City Schools has decided to pause all extracurricular activities. So that's, in fact, the article I read today was regarding soccer, that a lot of schools now are looking for new opponents to fill soccer games that Columbus City Schools were going to participate. So tough situation. We see it here in Central Ohio with the picket lines. It's always a tough situation when that happens. Hopefully they have a quick resolution.
Well, Tim Streed, last thing for you. For folks around the state who are looking for, statewide football coverage, something was resurrected this week. Why don't you tell us about it?
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, I want to tip my cap to the Ohio Prep Sports Writers Association. Some folks may remember for decades in their local newspaper seeing a statewide football notebook with highlights and superlatives from around the state. That has been dormant for a few years, but this year the Ohio Pro Sports Writers Association has picked that up. That content gets compiled over the weekend, and then on Tuesdays around noon, that gets sent out. You'll see it on OHSAA website and our social media, but just a collection of notes and highlights and superlatives from around the state, and always interesting to look through there and see what's happening all around the state. Good content.
Tim Streed, Director of Media Relations with the Ohio High School Athletic Association. We appreciate you jumping on at halftime with us tonight, okay?
Sounds good, Skip. Thanks for having me on.
And we'll be right back on the Ohio News Network.
Bex recognizes this week's player with heart, Kylie Snyder from Miami Trace High School, for her commitment and passion on the field and within the farming community.
I don't know, something about it when I'm out there, it's like a rush to me, and it's a lot of fun.
Kylie loves sports and her teammates and coach as well.
He's always helped me get better and push myself. My teammates, they're really encouraging too, and that's what I like about the atmosphere. It's always supportive.
In addition to softball, Kylie is also in marching band, fall play, and very active in FFA.
I just try to get involved as much as I can with it. I'd like to do like agribusiness for college and stuff like that.
Her future is no doubt in farming, just like her present and past. Yeah, she's been on the farm her whole life.
I couldn't imagine not doing anything with it. I love it. I love my animals.
At Bex, we are and will remain farmers at heart.
McNeil & Sons Tree Service serves the greater Northeast Ohio area by keeping your property clear all year round. Do you have trees that have stretched too close to your home? A rotted tree that has to go? Or perhaps even storm damage? No job is too big or small for McNeil & Sons. We specialize in large tree removal, storm damage, stump grinding, land clearing, and more. McNeil & Sons Tree Service is fully licensed and insured, so contact us today at 330-606-1126 for all your tree care needs. Or visit us online at mcneiltree.com to schedule your free quote. The professionals at McNeil & Sons can inform you of your tree health and give you a risk assessment to keep your family protected. So call today, 330-606-1126. McNeil & Sons Tree Service, a company you can depend on with family you can trust.
Spirit of Stark embodies the pride that each community in our county has for their local schools and teams. That's why when it's time to find the best in custom apparel, look no further than Spirit of Stark, located at 409 Erie Street North. Custom embroidery offered on almost any type of garments, from shirts and jackets to hats, pants, and shorts. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows Spirit of Stark to fulfill any order, big or small. You name it, they can do it. Want to look your best heading back to school this fall? Contact Spirit of Stark at 330-806-6745. We can't wait to hear from you.
Chris McCready's and his team at Finally Hear Hearing Aid Center in Canton offer up over 30 years of experience for their customers who are hearing impaired. Head over to their website at finallyhearohio.com and schedule your free hearing aid test and evaluation today. They're a best of the best award-winning company that prides themselves on customer service. Stop down and see them at 1201 30th Street Northwest or contact them at 492-1212 for an appointment. And thank you for sponsoring Stark Media's finallyhearohio.com Player of the Game.
This is ONN.
Our thanks once again to Tim Streed with the Ohio High School Athletic Association for joining us this evening. Enjoy the second half of your game broadcast. I'm Skip Mossick on the Ohio News Network.
This has been the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football, presented by Beck's Hybrids from the Ohio News Network.
Here's the latest from ABC News. I'm Chuck Severson. Concern about a lot of sensitive human and technical sources that could be compromised to let U.S. enemies learn American military secrets is part of what's not redacted in the affidavit released by the Justice Department that led to a judge granting the FBI a search warrant for President Trump's Florida estate, where over a dozen boxes of government documents were retrieved, including many super-secret ones. ABC's Pierre Thomas.
The affidavit also claims there was probable cause to believe there was evidence of obstruction of justice at Mar-a-Lago. Federal authorities believe they found the missing documents that they were looking for, and now they're urgently trying to protect these witnesses and the information.
When asked whether it's ever appropriate for a president to take home classified and top secret documents, President Biden says it depends on the circumstances.
I have in my home a cabined off space that is completely secure. I'm taking home with me today today's DVD. It's locked. I have a person with me, military with me. I read it, I lock it back up, and give it to the military.
The affidavit says the FBI investigation is ongoing, and several potential criminal targets have been identified, and there could be more. Signaling that the Federal Reserve isn't done with the interest rate hikes to try to slow inflation, Fed Chief Jerome Powell at the central bank's annual event in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Morning Consult Chief Economist John Lear says inflation seems to have spread from a few pandemic-affected categories.
We're starting to hit these core service categories, and I'm thinking really about housing and shelter in that sense. That's concerning from the perspective of policymakers because it means that it's going to be more difficult to get inflation under control.
Wall Street responded to the news with a sell-off because of concern how the rate hikes, which make borrowing money more expensive, could affect the general economy. The Dow lost over 1,000 points. This is ABC News.
Attention all business owners who rent or lease space, including storage space. Stop wasting your money paying someone else for your space. You can now save a ton of money and own your own building with the incredible sale prices from General Steel. That's right, start saving money every month on renting space from others. Just call 877-25-STEEL to see how General Steel can help you save money. Our 50-year structural warranty buildings are custom designed for your needs and save you a ton of money. Call 877-25-STEEL.
Take it from a successful entrepreneur. If you need to expand or start a new business, you need General Steel.
Great team and the competitive pricing is the reason I went with General Steel.
Call 877-25-STEEL now, and you can get any of our popular quick construction structures, including a 40 by 60 foot building or a 50 by 100 clear span building, fast and easy. Call 877-25-STEEL. That's 877-257-8335. 877-25-STEEL.
The U.S. will soon have enough monkeypox vaccine to reach all high-risk Americans, says the White House. ABC News contributor Dr. Alok Patel says while cases have risen, the spread is slowing down.
This potentially reflects a change in human behavior, such as limiting the amount of sexual partners you have, being a little bit more aware of people around you who may have symptoms or may have been exposed, and actually going out there and getting the vaccine. And this likely is what is contributing to a decline in cases.
With the U.S. Open tennis tournament beginning Monday, Coco Gauff was asked about the significance of Serena Williams, who is likely retiring after the tournament.
She never puts herself down, and I love that she always elevates herself. And a lot of times being a woman and in the world, a black woman in the world, you kind of settle for less. And I feel like Serena just taught me that from watching her. She never settled for less.
Gauff is ranked number 11 in tennis. She says she also admires Williams for prevailing in what is still largely a white person's sport. Chuck Sievertson, ABC News.
This is the Spirit of Stark halftime show on the Stark Media High School Football Game of the Week.
Welcome back in on the Spirit of Stark halftime show. TJ Downing, Milano here in Plain Local. Upcoming. It is 14 then the Massillon Tigers over the Golden Eagles. 2 minutes before we get this back underway, the Tigers are already back out on up. Mark Milano down there on the sideline. Jim Ballard catch up with us real quick though on our Leader One financial scoreboard. Do know that it is now 40-10, I believe, at the half. Mayfield up Jackson. We got a couple other scores that McKinley's going through it. St. Thomas Aquinas also through it. What do you got, partner?
At halftime, we got, as you were saying, partner, St. Thomas Aquinas down 49-0. Running clock in that one. Sorry, Pony down on the sideline. At Arlen Field, Chokey Bradley, Mansfield TY Tigers up 14-6 over Coach Tom's Hooviking. A little bit of pucker to me, T. Over, down 21-0 to each.
Wow.
At halftime, it's 40-7 Mayfield over Jackson. That's also a running clock. 35-7 Fitch over McKee. 21-21 Norway and Canton Central Catholic over at Canton Central Catholic, or Canton I should say. Had a Perry sore.
They got Canada Freedom Bowl. Freedom Bowl over at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. A lot of good football coming down the line.
Lake up 28-0 over Maple Heights. And here, of course, the Massillon Tigers. He's up 14 over, apologize, partner, your Screaming Eagles of GlenOak.
Mark Milano down on the sidelines.
Yeah, TJ, I'll tell you, this is going to be another interesting second half. We're going to come out here in this third quarter is going to dictate things. And I know that, the Golden Eagles want to try to get a possession here, put some points up on the board. You look at what they did in the first half. It wasn't all terrible. Again, this isn't Shaker Heights that they're playing against, but they were able to do some things, but they were able to do some things at the same time. For this Massillon, you got to wonder. I think they may have thought this game was going to be a little more lopsided than what it is right. So we'll have to wait and see what happens here in the second half, but I think it's entertaining less.
Yeah, I think Mark really hit it on the head there, Jim, and we talked about it before the end of the first half as that kind of brings an end to our Spirit Arc halftime show. As Davenport is able to boot it down to the 15-yard line, it'll get returned out across the 25 to the 26, where the Eagles will start the second half. Got to find a way to get the goose egg off. If you can get points this drive, it makes for a completely new ball game here to start the second half. It gives you a little boost of confidence.
Certainly does, and we've seen some sparks from this GlenOak offense in the first half. Burt with his arm and his legs. They just need to get the snap down and block a little better up front.
Adrian Burt's going to go into Avante Burt going to be behind him. He gets the carry, goes over right tackle, and he is hawked down at the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a yard in there on the tackle. Number 30 called his name a lot early in this ball game. D'Air Pringle. He's able to take down the shifty and speedy Avante Burt as he tried to get out around the right edge of the offensive line. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 11 from the Golden Eagle 25-yard line, trailing 14-0 fresh into this second half. Golden Eagles in the all-black unis, green numbers trimmed with the gold around it, white helmets, striped down the middle, Ernie Eagle on the side, and your Tigers in the all-orange black stripe down the side of their pants, white jersey, black and orange trim as Adrian Burt tries to get out of the pocket, eludes one defender, gets away from Mike Wright, and that's what we talked about, Jim. Cannot do it. You're dropped all the way back at the 9-yard line. Mike Wright also in there. Number 12 on the defense, Brandon Carmen, and they just pile drove the young sophomore quarterback into the dirt, puts his back to the goal line. Jim, when you start running around back there, not knowing where you're at, trying to elude defenders, you're the quarterback trying to keep your eyes downfield, bad things like that happen right there.
Sophomore mistake for young Burt, trying to do too much. You got to get out of the pocket. Two things you got to know. Where's my check down? Where's my throwaway? You just got stuffed on first down. You can't afford to take a sack on second down inside your own 10-yard line.
3rd and 27 now. He's going to turn, hand off to Avante Burt. He picks up a little clip of it to the tune of 3 yards and set up a massive 4th and 5. Not the way you want to start if you're the GlenOak Golden Eagles here in this second half. Exactly how you want to start if you see Simon Says Promotions and Tiger Store owner JP Simon going over there and giving a little love to Mike Wright and Marcus Moore. Marcus Moore, one of your captains here, as those guys were not fooled out. They were not fooled at all by Adrian Burt. In and out hands of number 20 back there trying to field it cleanly was Valence Holes. He's still, although not fielding it cleanly, able to field it in GlenOak territory. Looks like they will spot this ball up at the 48-yard line. We'll see. Nope, they're going to move it back. They're going to spot it smack dab at the 50. So Massillon Tigers up now with 9:39 on the clock here in the third quarter. TJ Downing, Jim Ballard, Mark Milano. Appreciate everybody rolling alongside us here, hanging out with us on 99.7 FM, Canton's new country, new home for Stark Media, streaming live all over the world, free iHeart Radio app. Tune in, check us out. Here we go. 14-0 lead for the Tigers. 1st and 10 from the 50. Slaughter, pump fake, chucking up top, looking for Tolles. He's got him at the 25. Makes a move at the 20, and he's going to make a house call. 5, touchdown. First play from scrimmage to start this second half for the Tiger offense results in a 50-yard pass and catch hookup from Jalen Slaughter to Braylon Tolles. It's now 20-0 in Plain Local.
Great call by Jared Troxler. Excited on the sideline. Lots of high fives for the co-offensive coordinator. Great job setting up the screen. It was a screen and go, TJ. GlenOak continuing to walk the strong safety down in the box, play cover 1, which is man across the board, press man. They came down to block the corner. Guy came back for the screen, and right down the sideline he went. Good pump fake by Slaughter. Sold it for an easy touchdown for the Massillon Tigers. And Massillon will come on for the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good.
Boy, 21-0, man. I'll tell you what, you know, you can go through all the scenarios, right, of how you start this second half. We talked about GlenOak getting the ball back. Stop the bleeding. Get a drive at least. Not how you want to have it happen there. You lose a ton of yards. Adrian Burt goes backwards. Jalen Slaughter. First, yeah, you mentioned it. Trox with the play call. I'm the type of guy, Jim, the way I like to run offenses, you're already getting good field position to start. You're up 14-0. Let's go the home run shot on first 10, and it works out.
Be aggressive. This is an opportunity for a sophomore quarterback on first down to take the shot, as you said, partner. Up 14-0. You got all the momentum going in. You got a great stop on defense. Not the way you want to start the second half like GlenOak, and this is just how they started the first half, TJ. They're going to have to try and keep digging themselves out of a big hole. And when you got a team like Massillon who's running the ball with Hartson in the backfield, 21-0 at home is a tough deficit to overcome.
We'll see what they're able to do here as Davenport gets ready to put his foot into the ball. There it goes. Avante Burt. He'll track it. He's got it at the 5. Up 10, moves his way to the 15, makes a diving attempt out towards the 20, but he falls short. And they'll spot him at the 19-yard line. So let's reset this GlenOak offense for you. Up front, the big fellas, Tony French, Romeo Magiel, Ashton Rulewitz, Tommy Dick, and Roman Begg. We talked about the bad decisions by sophomore quarterback Adrian Burt. We haven't seen much of Dakotas Davis. Josh Coleman, Austin Morrison, there's your fullback and tight end blockers. Your receivers, Couture Ashcraft, Hunter Curlow, and Xavier Harris. Xavier Harris, he's going to shift. He'll be over on the right side by himself. Adrian Burt, he's going to roll out to the left. 3 receivers, eluding defenders again, not going to get away. Now, this time again, number 12, Brandon Carmen there, also number 96, Malachi Card. Another sack for the Tiger defense.
Here's what I don't like about the call, TJ. Your sophomore quarterback just took a sack, right? Last possession, they went 3 and out. They had to punt. Massillon hits him right in the mouth with a deep pass. So what do? After you get sacked in the last play, making a bad decision, you sprint him out to his left, which is a real tough throw to make. He can't get his shoulders around. Didn't learn his lesson from the last time. They ran the flood concept, had a back in the flat, throw the ball at his feet, throw it over his head. Don't take a sack.
Adrian Burt again, he's sacked, and he's going to be brought down at the 1-yard line. In there on the defense, number 34, Dorian Pringle. And the ears have been pinned back, partner.
I apologize. I was just going to say they are bringing people from everywhere. Brought a blitz off the edge to the field, tried to run a screen to the left, still have to throw the ball away. You're in shot formation, TJ. You got to have a feel for the defense coming in. He's bearing down on you. At least throw it at his feet, but you can't take a sack back-to-back plays and line up in 3-yard line. Tough Massillon to continue to pin their ears back.
127 from GlenOak 1-yard line, 7:58 on the clock, trailing 21-0. Simple handoff to Avante Burt around the right side. He gets to the 5. He's trying to make the 10. He does. Gets it out to the 15 before he's pushed out of bounds.
Did get some breathing room. Nice run by Burt. Nothing up the middle. Decides to bounce it to the outside. Has a little bit of daylight. Squeezes down the line. At least the punter's not going to be punting from the back line of the end zone, TJ. He's going to line up about the goal line to punt. Massillon faithful, appreciating what this defense is doing in this second half to set the tone.
Zach Liebler will have his feet set at the 50 again. So we'll know if Jalen Slaughter will get that good field position. He will. Liebler, he's going to get underneath it. He's going to draw contact. He'll field it cleanly at the 44, and he's going to get a little extra for those efforts due to Cole Anderson getting there just a bit early.
15 more yards.
Man, 7:41 remaining here in the third quarter. Tigers already up 21-0. And if you're Troxler, you probably go for the throw again, right? And we out of the schemes and personnel that he's put out there trying to get Ardang on one to a short side. We've seen them make that fade attempt. They haven't been able to hook up on it. Most of the good stuff has gone to Tolles, but I think, is this the time now where you take a little shot at Ardell Banks?
I think they're going to wait and see what GlenOak comes out coverage-wise in. I think they're still going to play cover 1, which they are. 1 high safety, press across the board. Now I'm going to go 2 high safeties. They're going to see him run the ball here. Teach 6 in the box, or not.
There we go. Looking for Ardell. Nope. He chucks it, goes across the middle in and out of the hands of his receiver. Almost a terrific catch by Freddie Lennox Jr. Trying to get him in stride there, partnering up for it. Nice defense. Ball just sailed a little bit too high for Slaughter.
You were right. Let the offensive lineman make the play call. Troxler going for the throat, lining up 2 by 2. Went with the vertical concept. Lennox split the 2 high safeties. Slaughter had him. He just a little bit high, locking that front leg on his delivery.
7:36 on the clock, 2nd and 10 from the Golden Eagle 29-yard line. Slaughter takes a minute, pauses, shifts Will Charles Hart from his right hip to his left hip, has Ardell Banks to the short side right. gives it Will Trell, cuts up the middle, goes over left tackle, 20, 15, making moves, ball's on ground. Golden Eagles are going to get it. And they will recover it right at the 5-yard line. Check that. They'll get it at the 10. A big break for the Golden Eagles. Jim Wiltrell Hartson just trying to do a little bit too much. Was able to break a tackle, tried to spin out of another one, and the Golden Eagles was able to punch that thing free and recover it. They'll be spotted up at their own 9-yard line. 1st and 10, trailing 21-0 with 7:28 on the clock here in the third quarter.
How ironic, partner, that the way Massillon started the first half, they scored on the first possession. Second possession, they got the ball. They end up fumbling inside the 5-yard line. First possession of the second half, they a home run on the first play to start the second half. Second drive, they're getting ready to score again. Hartson fumbles the ball inside the 10-yard line. GlenOak takes over.
2-by-2 formation for Adrian Bird. He's going to fire it out into the flat. Incomplete. Nothing going there. Trying to get to his receiver. That was number 13 out there, Couture Ashcraft. 2nd and 10 coming up from their own 9-yard line. And as we reset this Massillon Tiger defense, who's just been getting after it tonight, you see their D-line coach, J.P. Simon, signaling in the plays up front there. The big fellas getting it done tonight. Malachi Card, Marcus Moore, Michael Wright Jr., the linebackers, Brandon Carmen, Dorian Pringle, Cody Fair, and Maverick Clark have been very active. Haven't called Tyler Hackenbrack's name much tonight. They list him as a starter. He has not been in there. His backup is in as the Golden Eagles are going to roll out on 2nd down. They're going to lose another yard. It'll be 3rd and 11 from the 8-yard line. So it looks like Ryan Page has gotten the majority of the snaps over the young sophomore, Tyler Hackenbrack. Make no mistake about it. Number 24, the 6'1", 175-pound sophomore, whose sister is lighting it up down there for the Ohio State softball team, whose daddy lit it up for the Tigers and Michigan State back in the day. A lot of good things coming from that young man, but right now it's Ryan Page manning that safety position as the Golden Eagles are going to come out single receiver to the short side left, going right to left on your radio dial, trips to the left. That's where Bert's going to look. Adrian, he's going to climb it now, and he's not going to get away. Great open field tackling again. Carmen in there, and he has been all over spying this quarterback tonight. Really, I know we've talked about J.P. Simon. We've talked about Dan Hackenbrack. What about the job that Spencer Leno has done with these linebackers? One of your all-time leading tacklers, Massillon. Nobody knows how to do it better than Spencer Leno. His linebackers, they're not letting Burt get comfortable. He's not running like he did on that first series of the game.
You know, they've implemented and started 3 new kids off last year's team, and they just absolutely reloaded. Ooh, that could have been down, by the way. Bet down.
Punt gets free. Liebler going to get past him. He's going to run back to his 40-yard line, 41. He's going to climb now at the 45, gets to the 50, trying to get the wall. He's not going to, but he does get it into Golden Eagle territory. Pushed out of bounds at the GlenOak, we'll call it 44. All right, 5:47 remaining here in the third quarter. We're going to step aside and take a break. You're listening to the Stark Media Game of the Week on 99.7 and the free iHeart Radio app.
McNeil & Sons Tree Service serves the greater Northeast Ohio area by keeping your property clear all year round. Do you have trees that have stretched too close to your home? A rotted tree that has to go? Or perhaps even storm damage? No job is too big or small for McNeil & Sons. We specialize in large tree removal, storm damage, stump grinding, land clearing, and more. McNeil & Sons Tree Service is fully licensed and insured, so contact us today at 330-606-1126 for all your tree care needs. Or visit us online at mcneiltree.com to schedule your free quote. The professionals at McNeil & Sons can inform you of your tree health and give you a risk assessment to keep your family protected. So call today, 330-606-1126. McNeil & Sons Tree Service, a company you can depend on with family you can trust.
TJ Downing, Jim Ballard, Mark Milano back here and playing local down on Bob Cummings Field. Massillon Tigers leading the GlenOak Golden Eagles 21-0. Appreciate everybody listening to us, tuning in all over the world, right here in Stark County on Stark Media's new home 99.7 and the free iHeart Radio app. a beautiful night here and playing local, just not on the scoreboard the way they would like. 5:40 remaining here in the third quarter. Jim Ballard checking with us on our Leader One financial scoreboard.
Over West, it was Badger with another touchdown. Northwest up 22-14. John DeMarco starting to score quarterback, finding something after starter Austin Wright taken out last week. Badger inserted, had a solid ball game in his first real varsity experience, 8 for 9 last week, picking up where he left off with a couple more touchdowns. Northwest up 22-14. Over at Canton Central Catholic, it is 28-21, Norwayne.
Here, Slaughter up 21-0. He's going to take that home run. Now he's looking for Ardell Banks again and try to make a one-hand catch on the fade out, Jim. Incomplete. That one, as I hear you say all the time, giving your receiver an opportunity to make a play on it. It was a little bit closer, still not able to put hands on it, can only reach with one. Ardell Banks, great wide receiver in the state of Ohio and the country, not good enough to reel that one in.
That wasn't his fault. It was a terrible throw by Slaughter. The ball's too flat. He's got to get more air under. The guy's 6'4". Keep him in bounds. He ended up throwing out of bounds.
Here we go again. Slaughter going to get it out to Tolles. Breaks the tackle 25. Gets inside to the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10 to make it 3rd down coming up. 5:13 on the clock here in the third quarter. Down at Bob Cummings Field. Tigers leading 21-0. We'll continue to update you on that Leader One financial scoreboard all night. Continue to follow along with everybody playing around the area here in week 2. As Jim mentioned, some odd scores out there, but what we got here, we'll see if the Golden Eagles can do anything in resistance. Flag comes out. They're going to blow that dead. That's going to go against the Golden Eagles.
Hartson looking to on what he did in the first half. TJ led this Massillon team in rushing. 17 carries for 98 yards. Jalen Slaughter, 2 for 37. Tolles leading receiver with 38.
Slaughter, he'll have Freddie Lennox Jr. on his right hip. Trips to the right, throwing it to the back of the end zone, looking for Ardell Banks. Intercepted. Oh, he pulls it down. Jim, one of the most impressive interceptions you will see working against Ardell Banks. And we're trying to get that young man's number. It is dark down there, but a sliding attempt, one-hander, pulled out by the Golden Eagles in the end zone as the Tigers were trying to fit it into Banks. And Slaughter will turn the ball over. I don't know if you call that a catalyst for some good things to happen for the Golden Eagles, but that right there has been the best thing that they've seen defensively tonight.
Sure was. Corner out to Banks, and the corner sank underneath it. Was able to jump up with one hand and make the catch. Unbelievable play, but again, another interception, another turnover inside the red zone for Massillon. 3rd time today that they turned the ball over in the red zone. Otherwise, this game would be out of reach. It's still sitting 21-0. Massillon with a GlenOak player down. GlenOak's trying to hang in. Defense keeping them going, forcing turnovers the last couple possessions to keep them in the game and to have a chance to win.
Leatherneck Nation injury report. Golden Eagle down there on the field. But, Jim, we're going to say we'll call this unofficial. I believe that was Braden Wilcox on the interception. That would make 2 for him on the season now. Unbelievable effort. And that's number 1 that's down there on your Leatherneck Nation MC injury report. That's Xavier Harris, sophomore. He's up and moving off. And we'll look for our guy Mark Milano down here on the sideline shortly, catch up with him. Tony Eastwood with Eastwood Films down there operating on the sidelines, working the drone like he always does. Burt, he takes a shot on the option, but he gets off to brother Avante, who can get it over the right side, picks up a chunk of yards. We'll call it 4 of them. Jim, you ran that before, partner. Those are ones that the quarterback, you hold it to that last minute before you pitch it. You know you're going to get clobbered. Adrian Burt just got smoked.
Yes, he certainly did. Running the lead option. 2 backs. Lead back coming straight downhill, trying to option off the end. Does a good job of pulling it and seeing it out, but Pringle's ability in his linebacker position for Massillon running sideline to sideline.
Adrian Burt, he's going to run it the other way now, and he's going shifty. He's handing that one off to Avante Burt. So a little bit of trickery from the Burt brothers is Avante Burt. He doesn't seem too healthy right now. He's going to trot off the field. 3rd and 5 coming up for the Golden Eagles from their own 25-yard line. 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Down 21-0 to the traveling Massillon Tigers. Card, right, Moore, across that defensive line. 4-3. Here we go. Adrian Burt, he's going to roll to the right, firing it downfield, incomplete. 4th down coming up for the GlenOak Golden Eagles.
Massillon continue to blitz off the edge. Burt had a chance. Had a 5-yard out for a 1st down, just sprayed it a little wide, a little bit inaccurate. Both quarterbacks struggling tonight a little bit, TJ. Massillon's really trying to get Slaughter going in the second half with a lot of attempts. He only had 6 in the first half. I believe they've thrown at least that many so far in this third quarter. Had receivers open, just hasn't been able to connect.
Punt for the Golden Eagles off the foot of Gino Kelly. It'll be fair caught by Liebler back at his own 40-yard line. Let's check in with our partner, Mark Milano, down on the sidelines. What you got, partner?
You know, as warm as it's been down here tonight, it's interesting to see that nobody else is really cramped up. That's Xavier Harris, number 1, the speedy secondary guy that they have for GlenOak that just went out with cramps. But that's the first cramp that we've had here this evening.
All right, Mark Milano giving us our Love Neck Nation MC injury report update. You know, still pretty warm out here tonight, partner. We know that we typically always see it, but, you know, this game has been fairly clean thus far. Again, from what we saw last evening, they've been able to keep things in order. This officiating crew has done a phenomenal job. There goes Wiltrell Hart, and he's at the 45, 50, cruising into GlenOak territory all the way down to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10, chain mover for the big tailback as he's sub out. You're going to bring Freddie Lennox Jr. in now. Jim, the luxury that you have when you can flex out tailbacks, swap them in and out, plug and play, so to say. You've got an All-Ohio running back who could potentially be backing up another All-Ohio running back. You'll see Slaughter hand off to Lennox, switches him from right to left. Now he's going back to the ref. Check that back to the right as they blow that play dead. They're not going to give him any gain, so he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Tigers up 21-0. Leader One Financial scoreboard update. Lake now out 35-0. Alliance is up 42-21 at the half.
Nice bounce back for Coach Goodman after Lake took it to him last week, but we found out this Lake team is for
Lennox
real,
over left tackle. He gets to the 40, 35. Hurdling over defenders in the 30, down to the 26-yard. And I think you're going to have an injured player down on the field. Looks to be Freddie Lennox Jr. doing something extra. You see Mike Mercurio, the big offensive lineman, waving in the trainers as Freddie went airborne there, partner. You know when you leave your feet, you're going to take some shots. You know, we saw Wiltrell Hartson at the end of last season. He was lost for quite a bit, and that's really when Freddie Lennox came in there and toted the rock pretty well. I believe that was an ankle that Wiltrell was dealing with.
High ankle sprain.
Sat him out for a while.
I believe it was like the last 7 games of the season.
He wasn't able to finish and get back for the Green game.
He had issues in the ligaments and the tendons, and you know, partner, you've had enough high ankle sprains. You're almost better off breaking a bone than you are, you know, getting a high ankle sprain because those tendons and ligaments take a lot longer to heal.
Alliance up 42-21 over Niles McKinley. Got a chance to see them last week. You know, we had that injury to Kayvon Davis. Glad to hear he's back in action. 21-20 Malvern over top of Conotton Valley. Looks like we have a score update here. Fourth quarter, 6:52 remaining in the ball game. Norwayne and Central Catholic are knotted up at 28. Looks like the West Branch Warriors are now out 22-13 over Woodbridge. Woodridge. We'll have up next here for the Massillon Tigers. They're going to be at Mansfield Senior. Jim talked about not having to travel a whole lot as we see Freddie Lennox up under his own power, taking a little bit of pressure off of that. I want to call it the left side. They're getting some help from the trainers as he walks off. The GlenOak Golden Eagles, they're going to be at Fitch. We've seen what Fitch is already capable of here tonight with the McKinley Bulldogs.
You don't want to see number 17 walking off gingerly if you're a Massillon Tiger fan. Freddie Lennox Jr., one of the best corners in the area. Watched him at camp this summer. TJ clock under a 4.4.
Looks to be a left ankle injury for Freddie Lennox, but now he seems to be on his own power as he comes off, gets a little love from Braylon Tolles, and you'll have Will Hartson check back into the game. $21-0, third quarter, 2:55 remains. Slaughter, handoff, Will Hartson goes over the right side. There he goes, 10-5, looking for the end zone, and they're going to push him out at the 4. So again, back spelling each other. Good thing here for the Massillon Tigers. Freddie Lennox comes out, bringing another all-Ohio caliber back in Will Hartson, a Division I college tailback, and he cruises the Massillon Tigers right into the Golden Eagle red zone.
See if Massillon can capitalize the last couple trips down to the red zone. GlenOak's been able to force a couple turnovers.
Two receivers, Tolles, and also Musleave goes short side left. You'll have Ardell Banks. That'll be wide to the right. You'll have a timeout on the field, and we will step aside and take a timeout as well. You're listening to the Stark Media Game of the Week right here on 99.7 and the free iHeart Radio app. Spirit of Stark embodies the pride that each community in our county has for their local schools and teams. That's why when it's time to find the best in custom apparel, look no further than Spirit of Stark, located at 409 Erie Street North. Custom embroidery offered on almost any type of garments, from shirts and jackets to hats, pants, and shorts. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows Spirit of Stark to fulfill any order, big or small. You name it, they can do it. Want to look your best heading back to school this fall? Contact Spirit of Stark at 330-806-6745. We can't wait to hear from you.
Chris McCready's and his team at Finally Hear Hearing Aid Center in Canton offer up over 30 years of experience for their customers who are hearing impaired. Head over to their website at finallyhearohio.com and schedule your free hearing aid test and evaluation today. They're a best of the best award-winning company that prides themselves on customer service. Stop down and see them at 1201 30th Street Northwest or contact them at 492-1212 for an appointment. And thank you for sponsoring Stark Media's finallyhearohio.com Player of the Game.
This is WHOF FM HD2 North Canton and W259BW Canton. From the Flynn's Tire and Auto Service Studio. Right tire, right price, right now. Flynn's Tire.
TJ Downing, Jim Ballard, Mark Milano back here on the media game of the week. Is up 21-0 over the GlenOak Golden Eagles on 1st and goal. Slaughter going to look for Ardell Banks in the back of the end zone, and that'll be knocked incomplete as the Tigers come right back up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal to go from the 4-yard line. Motion for Davenport, left to right. Wiltrell Hartson will follow him. Nothing going, and he stays right at the line of scrimmage. So we're going to see a new pass come in here. You're going to insert number 49, Christian Kring. He'll bolster things with number 87. Check that. With number 97, Nolan Davenport. So they'll load heavy left, heavy right. Kring stacked over top of the right tackle. Wiltrell Hartson, left hip. Gets the carry, spins off, not going anywhere. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Still running those legs all the way down to the 2-yard line. Extra effort as you see some contact going on damn Snodgrass, and the big defensive tackle, Golden Eagle, Isaiah Shackelford. Minute remaining here in the third quarter. Tigers on 4th down and goal to go from the 1-yard line, hearing it from the fans. Coach Trox, Coach Mazer, Coach Moore, whoever's got the final decision on that. I think the Massillon will want you to go, and they are. They'll spread Banks and Wiggins, wide left. Wiltrell gets the carry, ball over his right guard, into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
GlenOak's defense doing everything that they can, TJ. They've been on the field a long time in the second half with the inability of the offense to get any first downs. It's been all Massillon here in the second half, putting up 14 points in this second quarter to double up on them. Looking to go up 28-0 with 39 seconds left. Massillon just completely dominating this second half of play.
Keller on for the extra point. It's up, and it is good. So the young man Keller gets one on the board for him. You should check out his daddy in downtown Massillon, Keller's Office Furniture. Great people down there. Stop in and see Matt Keller. 28-0 here for the Tigers with 39 seconds remaining. We'll keep it here, partner. We know this is not the only local team. Obviously, these are 2 local teams playing, but not the only local team having some trouble tonight. I think all told, last on our Leader One financial scoreboard, it was 48-10 Mayfield over Jackson.
Yes, it certainly was.
With it being 28-0 here, and what the McKinley Bulldogs are going through, I believe last said they were trailing Fitch, who GlenOak will play next week. I believe that was 35-7. A couple teams getting an awakening, so to say, in week 2.
Norway and Canton Central Catholic still knotted. Canton Central Catholic with a big stop on 4th and 1, TJ, going back to the Leader One scoreboard. See if Jack Talkington and that offense can get it going. Talkington with 2 touchdowns tonight. Just a football player.
Yes, he is.
Got to be up for Stark County Player of the Year preseason, TJ, with what he does on both sides of the ball. Anchors it down on defense at the middle linebacker position and had over 1,000 yards rushing and receiving.
We'll get a chance to see him here before the end of the season as Davenport kicks it down the 5-yard line. It looks like the Golden Eagle return man. And Curlow drops his knee down at the 10-yard line. And the Golden Eagles and Adrian Burt will have to start there. So not how you want to do things there. Not when you're trailing 28-0 with 39 seconds remaining in the third quarter. We appreciate everybody rolling alongside us here with our friends at iHeartRadio here on 99.7 FM. Everybody tuning into our YouTube channel over there at Stark Media Team. Our Bruce Rackman and Jeff Tyler out there in Louisville tonight taking on Poland. Check in with those guys. Looks like 4th and 3 at the Norwayne 23 coming up for Canton Central Catholic. Here, Adrian Burt, he's going to have twins to his right. He's going to shift one of them inside, keeps him there, fakes it on the run, passes it out to Curlow, and it's incomplete after he gets absolutely clobbered in the secondary by Page.
Good throw by Burt, confident throw. Just a play-action pass at the back in the flat. Pretty safe and efficient pass on first down to try and get some confidence for this GlenOak offense. It hasn't had a first down this whole second half.
See if we can catch up with our guy Mark Milano down here before the end of this quarter, as we're getting closer to the fourth. 34 seconds remain here in the third. 28-0 lead for the Tigers. Avante Burt will fly in, and looks like a potential safety. They're going to mark that shy. That was number 33, Cody Fair, who got to Adrian Burt first. They're going to stop him down at the 2-yard line, the Golden Eagle 2-yard line. So as everybody had emptied the backfield and we were calling those said receivers as they were getting into the traffic, Jim, nothing this offensive line for the Golden Eagles can do right now is Cody Fair, Carmen, they're all living in the backfield tonight.
Well, what they did, TJ, they dialed up a blitz, and they came off the edge. Too many guys for the offensive line to block. Burt didn't see it. It was just
5
swallowed
seconds remaining. Burt, he's going to turn around, hand off to Avante. Burt, ball's on the ground. Looks like the Tigers are going to get it. They're going to get it back at the 3-yard line. So nothing going right for the GlenOak Golden Eagles tonight as we head to the fourth quarter. They are going to switch ends of the field, and Jalen Slaughter and the Tiger offense are going to take over at the GlenOak 2-yard line. You're listening to the Stark Media Game of the Week on 99.7 FM and the free iHeart Radio app. The entrepreneurial spirit runs strong at Simon Says Promotions. That's why if you've seen us everywhere in downtown Massillon, it's because we're growing. Stop in and see our guys at Spirit of Stark on 409 Erie Street North. If you're in the spirit for that new look, head over to Studio Vibes and tell Allie the Stark Media team sent you. We've rebranded the old checkered flag building at 256 Erie Street South as Simon Says HQ, featuring Copeland Paints, Brooklyn Rio Boudoir, Cherry on Top Logistics, Studio Vibes, and we are adding new tenants monthly. Speaking of new, have you seen what's coming out of the vault at the new Tiger store at 59 Lincoln Way East? New game day prints dropping weekly with new store hours. Trust me, they can't wait to see you. Check us out on social media and find out what's new, or for occupancy and employment inquiries, email simonsayspromotions@gmail.com today.
Nobody wants to imagine the heartbreak of losing a pet, but when the time inevitably comes, Eternal Paws will be there for you. We're here for you in your time of loss. We work directly for you and provide private cremation services. However you choose to remember your loving pet, we have many memorial options. Custom urns and jewelry, clay and ink paw prints, engravings, and more. Eternal Paws Pet Cremation Service. We're here for you when you need to be there for them.
So, as we ended the third period, they were going to rule that the GlenOak Golden Eagles were down, going to bring up a 4th down for them, and they are going to punt out of the back of their end zone as they've shifted. We'll check in with Mark Milano down on the sidelines after this play. Zach Liebler, though, he's going to have a full head of steam. If he can get this ball, he's going to be at the Golden Eagle 35-yard line, as Kelly is going to be all the way backed up to the stripe in the back of the end zone. 12 minutes has been set on the clock here to start the fourth quarter. 28-0 lead for the Tigers. Waiting on the officials to get things set. They finally do. And we'll see what type of return the Tigers chose to set up here. You got Marcus Moore, Mike Wright still out there on the field. So it looks like they are going to try and get a wall set up here so that they can get something cooking for Zach Liebler. All right, here we go. Gino Kelly, back of the end zone. Quick punt, gets it loose. Not good at all. It's going to bounce, come back inside of the 15-yard line where it will be down. No bueno for the GlenOak Golden Eagles as we take it downstairs to Mark Milano.
I'll tell you guys, that's definitely not where the GlenOak Golden Eagles want to be right now. Last week against Shaker, they put a running clock up on Shaker Heights, and now they're staring that right in the face. And, you know, the punting or the kicking game has not been great for the Golden Eagles so far here this evening. And another example of the maturation process that the Golden Eagles are going through. But I tell you, this is still a very young football team, and I think that they're going to continue to get better. A little injury update for you. I just walked by Freddie Lennox over here. Still had some ice on that left ankle, so we'll see if he returns back into the game. But that was an unbelievable collision he had over on that GlenOak sideline about 5 minutes ago.
All right, Jalen Slaughter, he's looking for the back of the end zone here. 1st and 10 from the GlenOak 14-yard line. He gets it to Tolles, 10, makes a move, gets down to the 6-yard line before he's dropped. Jim, we know we do have a final that has come in now on our Leader One financial scoreboard. Northwest 22, Marlington 14.
Johnny
DeMarco finishing
Coach
it off
DeMarco
with the touchdown.
Coach DeMarco getting it done. A lot of uncertainty in this offseason. Braden Mick ineligible. One of the best players in the county not being able to play, and all he's done is find
former All-Ohio defensive back.
3 house calls as a freshman, I should say.
28-0 lead here for the Tigers. Slaughter, handoff. And they'll get down to the 2-yard line. They have now inserted. That looks to be young man number 20. That's Gamble, Jameer Gamble. So we're going to start to see this here. As we know, Freddie Lennox has been banged up, as Mark mentioned on our Leathernecks Nation MC injury report. Make sure to check in with them. A lot of things going on that we're going to continue to update you on our social media site, Save 22, the Veterans Project. We're all over it here for our veterans. We love them. And the Tigers, no love for the GlenOak Golden Eagles as number 28, Mylan Lennox, now gets into the deal, and he gets into the end zone, and we will have a running clock here in Plain Local. It's 34-0 Massillon over GlenOak with 10:45 remaining in the ball game.
Massillon taking advantage of great field position. GlenOak not getting a first down. Punted into the wind, TJ. As you said, no bueno, about a 10-yard punt. Makes it awful easy for an offense like Massillon to capitalize, and they are going to go up with the extra point, and good. 35-0 Tigers.
Well, not what you want here if you're GlenOak, to roll out in front of your home fans, home opener. Nothing you're really able to do to slow this Massillon Tiger football team, and I guess you could say that although you're going up against last week one of the best teams in the state, and as I mentioned also, all of the country in Cincinnati Moeller, you see some of these Massillon Tiger fans, they know that this thing's over. That clock's going to get ready to start rolling. They're starting to exit. A lot of people are. Coach Moore alluded to it in pregame that they had the ball at the end of the game. They were still in that thing. It wasn't like that they were blown out of Paul Brown Tiger Stadium. They hung with that team who, again, we're going to see at the end of the season, guarantee a Mole be in the mix for the state championship. So that was really, even though it was a loss, it was still a tune-up, and it let them know that obviously they're ready for what Stark County has to show them or offer them.
And it lets them know, because Moeller's coming in as one of the best teams in the state.
Pooch kick for the Massillon Tigers is going to go out of bounds at the GlenOak 29.
Moeller's going to be right there at the end of the season, partner, Division I. They say this is one of the best Moeller teams in the last 25 years.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
They're deep. Massillon, as Coach Moore said, there's a lot of holes that they replaced. They graduated one of, unbelievable quarterback who was MVP of the All-Star game.
I'll tell you right now.
Darius McElroy.
We got a chance to see him. He was impressive. Running behind Jaden Woods and Tajamir Nash, his boys, getting that MVP trophy. Finally, HereOhio.com, your player of the game from the East-West Pro Football Hall of Fame All-Star game. We're going to have our Finally HereOhio.com player of the game coming up at the end of this quarter. We do know that there is another final that has come in. 35-0 Lake beating Maple Heights. Jim, we really didn't see that because we got a chance to see Maple Heights in the Kempthorne Kickoff Classic. They won the whole deal. Now, get it. It was only 7-on-7, but we knew that they had some stud athletes. Didn't think that they would come down here, put up a goose egg, and we got two similar scores here, 35-0, two running clocks. The Lake Blue Streaks, you know what? They finished things off 41-14 last week against the Lions. This is a team, we're going to talk after this play, it's going to be in the thick of it here for a Federal League championship if they can stay healthy. 35-0. Adrian Burt trying to do something here. Gets it out to his receiver at the 40. Crosses the 44. They'll stop him right there. 9:43 on the clock. It's going to continue to run because of the score. But the Lake Blue Streaks, impressive. That is an impressive win tonight, my friend.
And they did it again without their best receiver, Ty Miller.
Yep.
That's what's impressive. Will Butler is continued to play well. Cale Jarvis at one point tonight was 5 for 5 for 170 yards and a touchdown. Both quarterbacks are getting a lot of mileage out of both of them. Defense pitched another shutout. We saw the Blue Streak defense play outstanding against one of the better quarterbacks in the state, and that's Burbrook.
Trips wide right for Adrian Burt. Flag comes in on the play as Cody Fair is able to make the tackle. And Lake will take on Akron East next week. They'll have them at home. The following week, they'll have GlenOak at home. We mentioned to you that GlenOak is going to have to go on the road and take on Fitch. That's going to be a 3-game road trip. Fitch at Lake, at Hoover, not back here and playing local until week 6 when they take on Green. Clock now going to be under 8 minutes to go after this ball is snapped. 35-0 lead for the Tigers. Next week, you'll be able to catch us out at Northwest. Louisville going to travel out there. Haven't gotten any update. Have we got any update from our guys on the Stark Media YouTube channel? What's going on out there in Louisville? How they're hanging with the Poland Bulldogs?
Have not got an update. Last I saw, Dominic Pagano for Poland had a touchdown pass in the second half. Not sure on the score at this point.
Burt handoff, not going anywhere again. That was on 4th down, and a happy coaching staff over there on the Massillon Tiger sideline as their offense, led by Jalen Slaughter, going to get ready to take the field. Again, they'll have that ball already spotted up in GlenOak territory. 7:57 on the clock as this thing is going to start rolling here pretty quickly, and we're going to get towards the end of this ball game. Odds favorite right now, partner, for this Massillon Tiger football team. Who do you like as our finallyhereohio.com player of the game? Haven't seen any official numbers yet. I like some of the stuff that Jalen did, but to me,
it's Hartson.
It's Hartson.
No
Wiltraw Hartson just was a dog out there. We've had him on the show a couple times, got a chance to talk to him. He's all business, handoff out of the backfield from Slaughter into the hands of number 47, his tailback, Marquavian Young, a big 200-pound senior running back. Majority of that offensive line has subbed out. You're still going to have number 51 in there, who was listed as the backup, Evan Surgo, a junior, 6'3", 225-pounder. Wasn't sure if he's going to start the game or not. Marcus Moore, they opted to just have him go defensively. So the rest of that offensive line has now all subbed out other than the left tackle. So some extra reps for these guys as we hit the 6:54 mark.
New quarterback in for Massillon.
So we'll see what the Tigers do here. Single receiver left, Twins left, single receiver right, and I'm going to get the carry again. Flag comes flying in. New quarterback number 13, Vito McConnell. If you know that name well throughout the Massillon community, Craig McConnell on that staff here. Dave McConnell recently. Vinny McConnell finished up his career with the Cincinnati Bearcats. Had him on the 1372 show, the QB and the OG. Catch some new episodes coming down here, coming out of the Stark Media Studios. Had a chance to interview Ann Graffis, the Executive Vice President of Public Affairs over at the Hall of Fame Village. But we had Vinny McConnell on the 1372 show as Cincinnati was getting ready for Alabama, and Vinny was able to get picked up by the Steelers in minicamp. Didn't work out there for him. He is now going to be a part of this new Major League football that's going on. I know he's keeping the dream alive. We're going to have a team right here in Canton, Ohio, so that's going to be coming down the line here in just a few weeks. We're going to be all over it here at Stark Media.
The league folded.
Oh, okay, cool. Good job. Already. Wow.
Yeah, the league really didn't have legs, didn't get it going.
Yeah.
So what I've been told through my sources that the league was a weekend of training camp and they ran out, so they had to cancel. So we'll try and keep you updated as things come in, but with my sources that I've talked to, it looks like that league is officially kaput for now.
Tough to hear that. You know, we're always looking for something to step up and fill a void. We know the XFL is doing a lot of great things. We've had a chance to see the USFL. They've been doing some good things. I know you got an update coming through here, Jim. Looks like, wow, not a good second half for the Hoover Vikings as Young, again, on the carry on 3rd and 20. Gets it back into Golden Eagle territory. We're under 5 to go in the ball game. 42-9, Mansfield Senior over the Hoover Vikings. That game at one point was like 9-6 in the first half. What do you got, partner? Leader One Financial Scoreboard. I see you getting excited over there. Did our guy talk? Got in on a 2-point conversion. They take the lead. Central up over Norwayne, 36-35.
32 seconds left. Hawkington took them down the field after going down 35-28.
That game's at Norwayne.
Hawkington gets in for the 2-point to put the Crusaders ahead, trying to get that first week win of the season. Perry looking awful good last week against Canton Central Catholic TJ as they disposed of them. Coach Slate's turning that around from last year. Started last season with an L in overtime. Came out this season and got a nice win. Federal League's all over the place this year, but I'll tell you what, if you were curious about how Lake was going to be this year, the first 2 weeks of the season, they, to me, are the number one team in the Federal League, hands down. What they did to Alliance, they made it look pretty easy. You know, they went 7-0. It could have been different. A couple plays in the first half. It was all blue streaks in the second half. And as we talked about, that Maple Heights team is very well coached with Shaq Washington and Aaron Bubonics running that defense. We saw all the skilled kids that they had at the 7-on-7 at the Kempthorne Classic. And for them to go over to Lake and get goose-egged, not just lose, but get pounded 35-0. Coach DeGeorge, this might be the best team he's had since he's been there. And as each week goes by, partner, with the way that they're and these expectations keep climbing, they don't even have their best receiver, as we keep saying. Ty Miller is not in the lineup. Be back, I don't believe, until week 4. Have to keep you updated on his status as the weeks go by.
4 minutes to go in the ball game. Punt for the Massillon Tigers. They airmail one deep inside the 10-yard line, where the GlenOak Golden defender, GlenOak receiver, will be taken down by Ange Salvino at the 7-yard line.
Ran so fast down there, TJ, blew out a tire. Shoe came off. Still able to make the tackle. Angelo Salvino, 5'10", 180-pound senior. Great leader on that team for those special teams, TJ. Long snapper. Gunner on punt. He's a great kid. And Dad, of course, is the superintendent out at Massillon.
3:53, clock's rolling, 35-0 lead for the Tigers. GlenOak probably see them for the last time this evening on offense. So this game all but over here, as the Golden Eagles will get set to travel to Fitch next week. A lot to work on in practice. Massillon, they've got things back in the direction that they were wanting to start with, but they're going to have to go down and play Mansfield Senior, and that's going to be a heck of a game. What Mansfield Senior was able to do there to the North Canton Hoover Vikings changed a lot.
Hoover played well last week against Bookdale at home to start the season. Carson Derlin, the junior quarterback, who started last year for the Eagles, had himself a ball game, 3 touchdown passes. I worked with quite a few guys from down in that area, TJ. Massillon. The Tigers from Mansfield, TY, they're aggressive, they're athletic, and they just come up and get in your face and play cover 1 and cover 0, and they double down, forcing the wide receivers to get off the jam.
Under 2 to go now in the ball game, as we look to get set for the Simon Says Promotions postgame show. And we get a chance to catch up with our FinallyHereOhio.com player of the game, Wiltrell Hartson. Mark Milano will have him here shortly. 35-0 lead for the Tigers. They've made those wholesale substitutions across that defense now. New offensive line in there for the Golden Eagles. New quarterback as well. Rollout for the Golden Eagles. Quarterback run, 30-35. Takes a shot from number 82 on the defense. A big, heavy-handed shot from Jock Carter.
Big hit. Welcome to the game.
Yes, sir. Welcome into a running clock game, quarterback, when you're going to run around the outside and you're going to take an absolute shot. So we'll see if Mark's able to catch up with our player of the game, Wiltrell Hartson. I believe we see him floating around down there on the sidelines as his work has been put in for the evening. GlenOak quarterback going to take it around the left edge, 40 out to the 45. That's Cole Anderson. 56 seconds remaining. If Mark Milano is able to find Hartson down there, we'll catch up with our player of the game before we take it into the post-game show. And there he is, Mark Milano with Wiltrell Hartson. All right, last-ditch attempt for the GlenOak Golden Eagles. Pass completed from Anderson down to the 30, makes it to the 20, and I believe Mark Milano just lost Wiltrell Hartson, so we'll see if we can at least get a picture of that young man if we're not able to catch up with him here as the remaining seconds are going to tick off this clock. Going to be the final play here of the ball game for the GlenOak Golden Eagles as Cole Anderson's looking for the back of the end zone. He fires it, and it's caught for a touchdown. So the goose egg is not going to stand with 5 seconds remaining. That'll be 35-6.
What a throw by Anderson. Rolled to his left, directed traffic through a backside go route, almost to the numbers for a strike. What a throw.
On the field for the extra point is Luke Thompson. It's up, and it's good. It's 35-7. Not enough time remaining, though, for these Golden Eagles. There's 5 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Not sure if we'll be able to get a chance to catch up with Wiltrell Hartson down here on the field or not. I think you're going to have the final play of the game. They'll let these seconds tick off here. So we'll keep our eyes on Mark Milano down there on the sideline. I want to give a moment here, give a special shout out to all of our sponsors for tonight's game. Always made possible by our friends over at C.H. Vallis and Associates, Kishman's Fresh Market, McNeil & Sons Tree Service, Simon Says Promotions, Spirit of Stark, FinallyHereOhio.com, Leatherneck Nation MC, Leader One Financial. Also game day designed by Abby Lino, Brits Bose, Tiger Store, Brooklyn, Rio Boudoir, Copeland Paint, and Studio Vibes. So we'll see what our guy Mark Milano is able to dig up here. With 5 seconds remaining in the ball game. So they'll tee it up one more time. Long night here, Bob Cummings Field for the GlenOak Golden Eagles. They'll look to try and push this thing behind them. And that ball will be fielded by the Tigers out to the 35, to the 40. And they will run the remaining time off of the clock. And that'll be a final. We'll see if Mark Milano is still able to catch up with Wiltrell Hartson, our FinallyHereOhio.com player of the game. Massillon Tigers bounced back after a loss last week to Moeller. GlenOak, after starting out 1-0, a 51-14 win over Shaker Heights. They'll look to rally back from a 35-7 loss here to the Massillon Tigers next week when they go to Fitch. Not going to be an easy task. The McKinley Bulldogs will be able to tell you all about that. They had their struggles up there, and as we keep our eyes on Mark Milano, who I believe may be on the wrong side of the line of scrimmage. We'll see if he's able to track down Mr. Hartson. Simon Says Promotions post-game show. We are going now, and we will have some of your final stats from the ball game. We'll get a chance to talk some other scores from around the area. We'll get this thing wrapped up and get you back to more of today's Canton's New Country on 99.7 FM. They do a little bit of the old, a little bit of the new, man. They do it all. At C.H. Vallis & Associates, we've been proudly serving the greater Stark County community for over 78 years. Locally owned, we cover your home, auto, business, and life insurance along with your group benefits. Our partnership with auto owners has allowed us to span not only Ohio, but throughout the entire country. Did you know that Auto Owners, an A++ rated company by AM Best and a Fortune 500 company, has ranked C.H. Vallis & Associates a top 10 insurance agency in the state of Ohio? From your basic home and auto needs to insuring some of the largest companies in America, there's a reason people choose C.H. Vallis & Associates and Auto Owners. Our dedication and passion for our clients and their coverage is part of our commitment to excellence. For all your insurance coverage needs, there's only one call to make, and that's C.H. Vallis & Associates, located at 1302 South Main Street in North Canton. Contact us at 330-494-2776 today and see the difference in customer satisfaction.
McNeil & Sons Tree Service serves the greater Northeast Ohio area by keeping your property clear all year round. Do you have trees that have stretched too close to your home? A rotted tree that has to go? Or perhaps even storm damage? No job is too big or small for McNeil & Sons. We specialize in large tree removal, storm damage, stump grinding, land clearing, and more. McNeil & Sons Tree Service is fully licensed and insured, so contact us today at 330-606-1126 for all your tree care needs, or visit us online at mcneiltree.com to schedule your free quote. The professionals at McNeil & Sons can inform you of your tree health and give you a risk assessment to keep your family protected. So call today, 330-606-1126. McNeil & Sons Tree Service, a company you can depend on with family you can trust.
Spirit of Stark embodies the pride that each community in our county has for their local schools and teams. That's why when it's time to find the best in custom apparel, look no further than Spirit of Stark, located at 409 Erie Street North. Custom embroidery offered on almost any type of garments, from shirts and jackets to hats, pants, and shorts. Their state-of-the-art equipment allows Spirit of Stark to fulfill any order, big or small. You name it, they can do it. Want to look your best heading back to school this fall? Contact Spirit of Stark at 330-806-6745. We can't wait to hear from you.
Chris McCready's and his team at Finally Hear Hearing Aid Center in Canton offer up over 30 years of experience for their customers who are hearing impaired. Head over to their website at finallyhearohio.com and schedule your free hearing aid test and evaluation today. They're a best of the best award-winning company that prides themselves on customer service. Stop down and see them at 1201 30th Street Northwest or contact them at 492-1212 for an appointment. And thank you for sponsoring Stark Media's finallyhearohio.com Player of the Game.
The entrepreneurial spirit runs strong at Simon Says Promotions. That's why if you've seen us everywhere in downtown Massillon, it's because we're growing. Stop in and see our guys at Spirit of Stark on 409 Erie Street North. If you're in the spirit for that new look, head over to Studio Vibes and tell Allie the Stark Media team sent you. We've rebranded the old checkered flag building at 256 Erie Street South as Simon Says HQ, featuring Copeland Paints, Brooklyn Rio Boudoir, Cherry on Top Logistics, Studio Vibes, and we are adding new tenants monthly. Speaking of new, have you seen what's coming out of the vault at the new Tiger store at 59 Lincoln Way East? New game day prints dropping weekly with new store hours. Trust me, they can't wait to see you. Check us out on social media and find out what's new, or for occupancy and employment increase, email simonsayspromotions@gmail.com today.
Nobody wants to imagine the heartbreak of losing a pet, but when the time inevitably comes, Eternal Paws will be there for you. We're here for you in your time of loss. We work directly for you and provide private cremation services. However you choose to remember your loving pet, we have many memorial options: custom urns and jewelry, clay and ink paw prints, engravings, and more. Eternal Paws Pet Cremation Service. We're here for you when you need to be there for them.
At C.H. Vallis & Associates, we've been proudly serving the greater Stark County community for over 78 years. Locally owned, we cover your home, auto, business, and life insurance along with your group benefits. Our partnership with Auto Owners has allowed us to span not only Ohio, but throughout the entire country. Did you know that Auto Owners, an A++ rated company by AM Best and a Fortune 500 company, has ranked C.H. Vallis & Associates a top 10 insurance agency in the state of Ohio? From your basic home and auto needs to insuring some of the largest companies in America, there's a reason people choose C.H. Vallis & Associates and Auto Owners. Our dedication and passion for our clients and their coverage is part of our commitment to excellence. For all your insurance coverage needs, there's only one call to make, and that's C.H. Vallis & Associates, located at 1302 South Main Street in North Canton. Contact us at 330-494-2776 today and see the difference in customer satisfaction.
McNeil & Sons Tree Service serves the greater Northeast Ohio area by keeping your property clear all year round. Do you have trees that have stretched too close to your home? A rotted tree that has to go? Or perhaps even storm damage? No job is too big or small for McNeil & Sons. We specialize in large tree removal, storm damage, stump grinding, land clearing, and more. McNeil & Sons Tree Service is fully licensed and insured, so contact us today at 330-606-1126 for all your tree care needs. Or visit us online at mcneiltree.com to schedule your free quote. The professionals at McNeil & Sons can inform you of your tree health and give you a risk assessment to keep your family protected. So call today, 330-606-1126. McNeil & Sons Tree Service, a company you can depend on with family you can trust.
You've been listening to the Stark Media High School Football Game of the Week. Tonight's game is brought to you by C.H. Valos & Associates, Kishman's Fresh Market, and Simon Sets Promotions, featuring the Tiger Store Studio Vibes, the Game Day Boutique, and Spirit of Stark. Join us each week for the best in Stark County High School football with Stark Media.
WHOF HD2 North Kent.